Is Agent with us?
Alright, whatever.
So that's a yes in his language.
Okay, so we're good currently.
Yep, seems everyone is here. I assume everyone is ready.
Sure.
Well then.
I'm concerned of what might be happening today.
You of all people are concerned after what happened last session.
This
This
is
is fine.
Respawn.
This is true.
Hi, what's up?
It's this dingus.
This is Respawn we're talking about here.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Alright. So who would like to do the recap of last time? It wasn't much, but it was fun.
Last week was Kelly's birthday, and not much occurred. Weasel Incorporated did buy out the office that Kelly's and Trevor's dad worked at, but both Kelly and Trevor's dad kind of quit their job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Because, weasels are up to nasty tricks now that their boss is back.
Weasels being weasels and fucking doing who knows what.
Damn.
All kinds of horrible business practices to screw over everyone else.
The weasels are being weaselly again.
Mm-hmm.
We must cease this weaselness.
Alright. So, it is a Friday in February now.
Like, possibly first week of February?
No, not the first week. More like the second week of February.
Okay, just making sure time-wise.
Oh, sorry. It's the second week of February. Well, yeah, it's the second week of February. It's a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn.
What he said.
Right then. What have people been doing in the last, in the last few weeks since Kelly's birthday?
Not much on Kelly's end. And enjoying family time with her mom and dad, because the factor of her dad kind of quitting his job at the offices and actually starting to work with his wife at the antique store, Kelly's able to see both of them a lot more in the sense of things.
Your dad still does go out once in a while. He says he's just going over to the park house for a bit, because he doesn't exactly get to spend time with his buddy at work anymore, so he goes over to their place.
That's fair enough.
Or at least that's his explanation. Who knows? Who knows where he could be going or what he could be up to? Trevor, what have you been doing for the last couple of weeks?
Damn.
I was say probably still just messing around with the guitar and probably doing a few actual fucking jam sessions with a sister.
Fair enough. I mean, you both play bass guitar, it seems, so. Sometimes Mr. Hall, Kelly's dad, would show up and spend time in the quote-unquote man cave with your dad.
Of course.
The kids are not allowed to come in during this time, of course. They just head to the garage or the basement, put up a sign that says, no entry, and then just chill in there as far as anyone knows.
They doing the weed.
Honestly,
Don't worry
with how
about
the shit's going, that's probably what it is.
It could be anything. Anyways. Who else? Allison, Riley?
I can go.
Alright, Allison. It's been a few weeks.
Throughout the weeks, probably been trying to spend time, probably spending most free time away in the woods. Probably hanging out with Griff and probably camping out at the treehouse with Riley every so often.
Alright. Give me an investigate.
Oh shit.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
you've been spending a lot of time in the woods.
Ah, shit, the boogeyman's gonna be out here, isn't he?
Who knows what's out in the forest?
I don't like where this is going.
With a 1, you would notice that, I mean, it's still winter, so it's not that weird, but there is a lot less active, a lot less animals being active. Actually, no, it's February, so it's starting to get into this. Shit, I forgot if February is still technically winter or spring.
It's
February is still winter. First day of spring is like March.
It's winter still. So yeah, so I was right. So even for winter, there seems to be a bit of a lack of, animals out and about. But yeah, there's still usually a few creatures out and about. Squirrels trying to dig up old, nuts they buried back in the fall. A few birds that stay year round. Deer, whatever. But you're not even seeing as much of any of that as you're used to.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Which might not seem that weird at first, but I mean, you do notice it.
Hmm.
I probably would have brought it up at casual conversation at some point with Riley whenever I was visiting.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and Riley, what have you been doing for the past several weeks?
Exchanging books and reading, and hanging out with the traffic cone when he comes in on the regular basis. That's
can
that's it.
can I also say Kelly's also been stopping by Riley and just the
Oh,
general
sure.
just going over to like Trevor, Riley, and Allison every
Yeah,
so often and
checking-
say hi.
Well, yeah, checking on your buddies is
Mhm.
a thing that kids do.
I care. Yeah, no, Riley's just been reading and living in the treehouse.
What about your pet cat?
He vibes with me. I try to feed him every now and then, and he scratches my
Alright.
face. It's a nice bonding relationship that we're having.
All right. Riley, have you also how have you been getting food for yourself and the cat?
You know, honestly, I've been teaching the cat to survive, and after a few instances where dead rabbits have been found under my bed, we've come to the mutual agreement that he's able to eat wherever he wants, outside, and then he can come on in when he's done.
Hold that though.
It's not going well.
Mm.
It's a hard transition, but we're getting there slowly.
Yourself making sure to go out and get food.
Oh yes, no, it's always a good bonding session to go outside with your cat in the freezing cold of winter.
Alright, roll me 2 investigates, because keep in mind this is not a full. Also, keep in mind this is not a full-grown cat. It's a
Yes,
kitten.
we're working. That's why I'm saying we're working on it.
And you're saying that they're pulling in rabbits by them. Kittens can't do
like-
much of anything by themselves.
Shh, it's training exercise. It's fine. It's not like I'm following him into the forest. It is what it is.
So,
Right.
so basically, that's what you told everyone else, who knows you're full of bullshit. When in fact you've been catching rabbits. You've been catching rabbits for the kitten and placing them by the kitten, saying the kitten did it.
Yes, possibly. I can't. By lawyer state, I cannot say that any longer. Anyway, investigates. Yes.
Two
Yes,
of
give
them.
me two investigate rolls. So for one of those, one of those was basically just the same role I was having Allison do, where
Mhm.
you're noticing that there's it's a bit harder to find animals to hunt, but I mean you are managing.
Yeah.
There's not so little that you're not able to survive, but you can't be as choosy about what you're going to be eating if you
Mhm.
ever were.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how much does Riley actually know about cats? And kittens, for that matter.
Doing my best to read books about animal care and safety, and I'm kind of going by the books.
Okay.
Then again, I may have mistaken my safari geological book with the with animal care.
Here's a question. Does it have pictures of cats? Is
Possibly.
it just words about cats, or is it like there's example pictures of what like a cat or a kitten is supposed to look like?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. There's
Little bit of
pictures
both?
in there.
All right. Your cat seems a little odd, but that could be for numerous reasons.
That means you consult a specialist.
Okay, I want. Since Kelly does visit Riley every so often, can I do like 2 investigate rolls?
You can because the thing is one of those investigate rolls is for spending a lot of time in the forest.
Yeah.
But I will give I'm not going to give you that one, but I will give you the one for
The cat.
the cat. So go ahead and give me an investigate roll.
Okay.
I mean, it does look like a kitten, but there is it's a weird looking kitten.
Like, how so?
Are you judging my
I mean-
cat?
I mean, it's a little. I mean, to be fair, cats can be a little long, but this seems like not the right kind of long for a cat.
Like, how so in a long sense?
Tell you more. You only got one. Allison,
I
Allison,
swear
you were
the
saying
fuck
you're
if he
also
gets
going
a
by the treehouse.
ferret.
Do you also want to? Allison, do you also want to roll investigate since you've been going by the treehouse for the kitten?
Sure.
It's just one of those situations.
Oh, that's a kitten.
Normal kitty.
Oh, that's a kitten.
I swear the
Hey,
fuck
guys.
he gets like a weasel or something.
It's a
I've
fucking
never-
skunk or a raccoon.
Bro, it's a fucking ferret or a poodle dog.
I mean, it's not like he found it under a dumpster outside the pet store. Surely the only thing you find in such a location is a cat.
Oh
Right,
my god.
see?
You got,
Clearly.
Clearly,
it's a. I feel like it's a possum. I feel like it's a possum he got.
you will not judge Sir Mittens and I. We are living a very mutual lifestyle, and it is what it is.
It's a wiener dog.
Slightly elongated kitten must be a wiener dog.
You will not assume his species. Mr. Mittens and I live a free, open lifestyle. in the
Listen here, E E.T.
Exactly. As the hybrid of the group, you stand no right in judging what he
Listen
is.
here, Rambo.
Okay, can we
Cease.
continue?
So yeah, you all have had your chances to do rolls for forests and cats and such, and there's no
Hello.
more information I can give you at this time. So, it's Friday. It's a school day.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yes, the
Second-
education
it's-
system.
It's the second. It's the second Friday of February, so you all have class.
Damn.
I vote we mug it.
Mug
Uh,
what?
Yes.
Does anyone want to discuss their morning?
Kelly kind of wakes up, from her sleep. She gets up and stuff like that. Take a minute or two taking a look at the palette she has because she's kind of been painting here and there. So like drawing out, painting something.
What you been paint?
Mm,
Or is that for me to decide?
I don't. Was
You
thinking
don't
of,
want him to decide.
I was thinking about a group picture of sorts, but if there's something else within that stupid picture, other than the fucking group photo idea she was executing.
No, it's fine. I was mainly asking just in case, but yes, it's the
Mhm.
start of a group picture.
Yeah.
There's maybe a few more details to figure out, but
Yeah.
it's on its way.
She gets herself ready and so forth. Heads over to the kitchen. Seeing how her dad does not really work at the office anymore, she's
He's
probably
asleep.
yeah, he's asleep. Even though mom's up and active, she knows that he's taking his time.
Yeah. He hasn't had, he hasn't been able to have a good sleep in for a long time. So he gets to, he gets to wake up later in the day. He gets to enjoy not having a job for a while.
Mhm. You know, he technically works with his wife.
She not helps man the store.
Mhm.
He gets to do that later in the day.
Kelly already knows that her mom's downstairs. I kind of getting her stuff ready and so forth. And Kelly gets something to eat, heads downstairs, chats with her mom just a slight bit, nothing new and stuff like that.
Alright.
Kisses her a goodbye and gives her a hug and proceeds to head out to school.
Alright. Saw that, Kuma.
It was nothing. Just
What did Kuma do?
Nothing. We're not going to say anything about it, and we're going to move on. Yo, can I vote?
Alright.
You left?
Don't worry, but no, nothing happened. I didn't
You
yell.
did,
at anyone.
bitch. I watched it happen.
No, nothing happened. I didn't yell
What
at anyone.
happened?
Nothing happened. We're gonna move on. Agent, how was your morning?
It's your morning, Agent.
I'm gonna wake up Riley via frying pan noises.
I know. You live in your house, not me.
I said I had been staying out in the woods and probably camping out.
who
In
told
the middle of winter?
Yeah. Meaning I was like camping out inside the treehouse with Riley or the tower with Griff.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I feel my space has been invaded.
It's
I
not
wish to-
specifically your space,
I
unfortunately.
wish the frying pan.
The only
wake
home
up
I
Riley.
have. I'm a hobo. What do you want from me?
You're
My
not
house
all-
was-
I bopped the Riley on the head saying, "Wake up, bug boy."
No.
Riley gets bopped, looks at you, and says no.
Go away. Go. Just.
It's time for education. Come on.
Time for education. Oh,
Rather
God.
would like lean over and pick up Mr. Mittens and be like, I want you to look at this fucking fuzzball and say that to me again, and I can assure you this cat will not be happy either.
First off, language. Second of all, education time. Let's go.
Your human results of moral standards in terms of your English language is no concern of mine. Second, the cat's staying and I need to take care of it, so I'm staying home.
The cat will be fine.
The cat will not be fine.
The cat will be fine.
The cat will not be fine without my. It's
This is
just
not the cat you're looking for.
it's just baby. I cannot just leave it here in the house without food.
Can feed it when you get home.
Yes, but I don't. You have to understand that the books say that under normal living conditions, the cat would be fine staying home. I want you to tell me in what normal living conditions is a treehouse or a cat.
Cats naturally climb trees to get away from predators. I'm pretty sure the cat will be safe, Riley. Let's go.
The cat is being held. The cat dangles.
It's
Riley's
just
gonna
sitting there
put the
fucking
cat down.
swaying, vibing.
It's a ferret. I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be like a ferret or something.
Are you gonna say stupid? Don't you yell at Sir Mittens like this? Don't you call
We'll go
out
and
Sir?
pet Sir Mittens and say, Mittens will be fine.
If my fuzzball dies, you're going to buy me a new one. I've already had a nice relationship, and wherever I found in the side alley of the pet store, I'm not exactly going to be a happy camper. We worked so hard on his hunting progress. Can't lose this now. It's just baby.
It will be fine. You can feed it when you get home, Riley.
Fine. He just sets the cat
On the way, how about this? After school, we'll pick up some cat food for it.
Deal. Okay. And
Okay,
just sets it on the bed, rolls up, pats it, and baby snuggles a pillow next to it and be like, okay, let's go.
Alright, come on. Grab whatever you need and we'll go. I already have my stuff.
I have no worldly possessions. Everything was left in the house.
You are a strange, strange little man.
You
Alright,
have
let's
to
go.
understand I'm not even from this world. How do you expect me to own anything?
You own a cat?
Let's just get to school.
We go to school then.
We just fucking yeet to school.
Allison,
Alright.
move your thing.
Yeah, shit all over my screen. Hang on.
Get the shit off your screen. Clean your
No.
screen.
Yeet. Hello, friends.
Trevor.
Yes, hello. I have awoken.
Trevor is woke.
Alright. Simple morning routine of simply get dressed, grab breakfast, say hi to whoever is awake currently.
Alright.
It's like realizes I slept in. Ah, fuck! I should probably get going already. Well, bye. Have a great time.
What BC?
So you should have some breakfast and you skedaddle on to school.
I feel like Trevor's the most normal one out of all of us.
Mm.
I'm just simple.
You right.
Just having his life. You all make it to school. I will go ahead and. I'm on the right layer, right? Yeah, I'm on the right layer. Alright. Grab them. Where's the other one?
So I missed the next part of my ability, so that's unfortunate. So I didn't get to kill the
Alright. School.
Is school.
Is school.
What is the atmosphere of said school?
I mean, things are still pretty quiet.
Date
And they
7.
have been. They have been for the longest time.
So things are still quiet, you say?
Oh shit. Day 17 of quiet school. The windows have been boarded. No one's gone to school in weeks.
Resisting temptation to do stupid things.
Probably for the best.
Here's the thing.
Would you like to hear the vague version of my idea?
Sure.
It involves a rock and some glass.
No.
That's why I'm resisting.
I was gonna say, do you have cash? Can you pay for structural damage to the school?
That's where I throw Blockhead under the bus and run. We start going to school.
More and more, you prove that my painting is very realistic and coming more to fruition here. But okay,
Which painting?
the one that I painted the first day of my education when I was brought in by the social services.
Trevor, are you coming?
Where am I?
Blockhead!
No.
Come here, you. Get over here.
Are these windows or doors? I'm assuming these are doors.
I'm
Well,
guessing-
only one way to find out. It's just fucking.
I mean,
It's like fuck the door.
see
Just
how
open
there's one in front of the handicap railing?
clearly a window.
That's just to mess with the handicapped kids. They try to walk through it. It's just
no.
invisible glass, and they bump into it with a wheelchair.
Wait, what's
Should
our
we-
first class?
I mean,
Oh, shit.
it's still pretty early in the morning, so Riley could get something to eat first.
Breakfast. Zoom.
That's probably a good idea considering I didn't have breakfast either.
This boy out here zooming.
Listen, you can't come at me. You see, I don't have a regular food source like you, privileged children do.
I would. I'm not having that argument. Okay.
Exactly. You
This
guys,
dragging of tokens is tedious.
Shoot arrow keys, dude.
Zoom.
Wait, there's arrow?
Yeah, if you have your token selected and hit the arrow keys,
Oh
it'll
shit,
move them.
you're right.
Yeah, you're saying that. How do you think
Why
I
are
do
you
shit
going
like
to
this?
the music class?
I'm not.
I was about
There's
to-
no food in there unless you're looking for food for the ears.
I mean,
Yeah.
Zoom.
Where are we going? Ah, yes, this way.
I don't know. pick
Over
up
the
a table.
tables.
Let's go to our normal spot.
Hey, look, give me a second. I'll get food and join
the
you guys
usual
shortly.
spot.
And Riley would just go down the line and grab
Where I
food.
sit. I'm pretty sure it's where I sit.
I mean, we could
So-
we tend to switch around spots every so often, but this is generally where the normal area
I
is
would
for us.
sit here.
I read that switching around spots keeps the mood lighting, because then you never know where you're gonna sit next to.
I'm going to sit on the table.
Why are you sitting at the table? And plus, are you going to go to the cafeteria line and get something to eat?
You've been living with me for the past who knows how long. I would suggest getting food, because it's not exactly a worthwhile supply in the tree house there, my friend.
I know.
I'm gonna look around and see who's active in here. Respawn.
I'm dumb and don't understand school, so I assume this is line.
Ooh.
I mean that out of character, by the way.
Ah, BC, no, cat.
Sir Bittens, leave Kelly alone.
But, Respawn. Respawn?
Yes.
I'm gonna do an investigate to see who's,
Shit. Let's get out.
out and about, slightly.
Who's seeming more alive at the moment?
Yeah.
Going with that for now.
I got bad news for you.
Ting?
Things seem just as dead as they've been. Like, James is still sitting with you guys. He doesn't seem, Williams.
I'm also
You know,
gonna
not
top it
here,
off with
but-
this. As well.
It's still that same sort of atmosphere that's been around the town for, well, a good several weeks now.
I am not used to the school being so quiet.
You know, we could still do my idea and raid the factory.
No.
I'm fine. We'll do this later when no one's paying attention.
Understood.
As for right now, this place is quieter than the library. Let me see if I can fix this.
Okay. For the record, I have
What are
a
you gonna
paper
do?
bag, and I'm willing to put it over my head and be in no relationship to you if you do something extremely stupid.
What are you
Just
gonna do,
putting that
Allison?
out there, it's insurance.
You know, I'm thinking of taking a fight.
With who?
The O'Malley brothers.
Oh no.
It'll liven things up a bit.
Why would you think that fighting the O'Malley brothers would in some way, shape, or form have it just get you put into the principal's office, and the O'Malley brothers would probably get their asses kicked?
Exactly
Like-
what they're gonna pick a fit with Blockhead over there.
Can we at least wait until they start being racist towards James? Because then we have a reason, and it's self-defense.
I don't think that's racist, is it?
I mean, they kind of tend to be sometimes.
It's racist against Russians.
It's got a point. See, the ghost has a point.
Hey.
The Who has a point?
Don't worry about it. Continuing on.
Alright, so next question. Respawn, can I dig through my bag to see if I conveniently have an air horn?
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh no.
We construct an air horn out of plastic
don't-
forks.
I don't feel like this is something that you would normally have on your person, given.
Nah, dude. This is 80s school. Just pull the fire alarm.
No.
This is also true.
You're gonna get in so much trouble if you do that.
That's if I get caught.
Yeah, Kelly, you have to understand. I've read a lot of government books. A lot of the times the laws don't apply if you don't get caught.
Question. Where are the fire alarms, Respawn?
Oh
There are
no.
usually 2 in
God.
every lunchroom, I believe, as per school standards, but I could be wrong.
Respawn?
There are fire.
He sounds very defeated. He's like so upset.
Question is, where are the fire alarms?
Oh, there goes our school day.
I swear to God, I want to force you to make an investigate roll to find the fucking fire alarm. Just for the chance that you will not make that roll.
Because if you pull that fire alarm,
No.
there goes the school day for today.
No. I will look for the fire alarms. I'm doing it. Damn it. Kelly, do you see any red
I'm
boxes?
not helping you out. I'm not helping you out on this.
Agent, you gotta do as decide.
There's
Alice,
no. I
damn
don't
it.
know where any fire alarms in here are.
Trevor.
Where's the gym though?
I'm not
Trevor,
helping.
stop it.
I'm not helping.
Trevor.
with chaos.
Where's
Nope.
the gym?
Nope.
We are not getting into a high risk situation of getting ourselves into trouble.
I'll be right back.
Hey,
I'm
so the
going to the gym real
so
quick.
the bell rings for next class.
I'll catch you guys in a moment. I'm going to the gym.
Wait a minute, what?
What?
Going to the gym.
Where-
Alice? Wait, what?
First class. What is first class?
First
class
class.
today is math.
Oh, cool. Time to watch the teacher fall asleep.
I was gonna say, he's not gonna really miss much. The teacher's just gonna fall.
To the gym we go.
Okay, it's almost like I'm a good writer, and there are things that are important that maybe shouldn't be skipped sometimes. As much as I don't approve of railroading, sometimes there are things that might be important to what's about to happen for the rest of the session.
Meanwhile, Allison, hey, where's the
Things
gym?
Things that shouldn't be ignored and will be very important. Hey, so Kelly, Trevor, and Riley, you guys come into math class, and Mr. Williams looks very energetic.
Fuck,
Wait, what?
What?
just me?
There's a thermos. You know, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. There's a thermos on his desk that is open and has some steam coming out of it, and he just seems to be in a lot better spirits than he has been for quite a while.
What does it smell like? Is it coffee?
I mean, would Riley, would you of all people know what coffee smells like?
I'm
Is it
gonna
sugar-
investigate.
Is it sugar based?
Kelly?
Maybe.
Kelly, with an investigate roll of 3, you would know that yes, Williams is back on coffee. Yes, the thermos has coffee in it, as far as you can smell, and he's not looking at you 3.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Where he
Concern.
is? Where is he looking?
I mean, he's looking around the room, making eye contact with all the students as the class starts up. But it seems like he's specifically trying not to look at any of you 3. Like, he might look at you for a moment, but he immediately tries to snap his eyes away, like he's trying, like he's trying not to look at you.
What did we do wrong? Did we do anything? Did we?
No, if we did anything wrong, he would be pointing us out.
Do we have a mole? Did somebody know about our raid? Are we?
Shut the. You're not doing that. Okay, actually, sure, you can do that. I have no association with it.
Listen.
I would like to roll to find fire alarm.
God fucking damn it!
For once, please let him have a 0. Just please, please roll the. I think you need to roll investigate for that shit. Oh shit.
No, Respawn can set how much successes he
I-
needs to get.
Okay, here's the thing. There's only so far I can bend reality while still having things make sense. Technically, there shouldn't be an investigate roll to find a fire alarm because they're big and they're red and they're supposed to be easy to find if you need them. So technically, there
Yeah.
shouldn't have been a roll for it at all. But making it more I can as the DM bend reality a little bit and say, okay, maybe they're not painted right or something, and so they're a little trickier to find. But I still can't exactly go out of my way and make them harder to find than the 1 success roll would allow.
So he found.
You could have it to where
one.
there's placemats on the walls for wrestling, and it's just blending into the placemats. If you've ever seen that like that, where they have the fire extinguisher,
Sure,
and they're
Everyone
just
yeah.
suddenly
adding around
really
it.
doesn't want me to do this.
Like red.
No, because something interesting's happening.
Well,
Something
you
very
see,
important.
I found a button. I want to push it.
Agent, how determined are you to make this happen?
Oh no! Please don't do it.
I really want to, but I know, for the sake of story, it's not a good idea. But the character's in a mindset, so I'm conflicting myself with the character.
He's having an argument, was what he's saying.
He's having an argument.
I'm
with
arguing
himself.
with myself and the character in my head.
Agent,
Done that.
it just became 54 minutes. If you check the clock. At 55 minutes, tell me what your answer is.
Okay.
I don't.
Until then, we'll continue with math class.
Oh boy.
So you have 1 minute to decide if you're pulling it or not, but you have found it. So, math class. Williams is actually alive. The rest of the class is also a bit confused by this, but I mean,
Kelly's
it's
kind of
better than
just
it
like
was. Some of them actually seem happy to be learning and actually doing something in his class.
Kelly looks back at Trevor and Riley and go,
Don't look at me. I'm just as confused as you are.
no, think about it.
Definitely.
Where this man getting caffeine? I could use some of this.
He made a deal with the devil.
I mean, if
I
you
don't
want to
think
consider
it.
the
I
CEO the
don't
devil.
think it's just him.
Oh shit. Is the school being funded? The school's being funded, isn't it?
God damn it! I am not
Agent?
I wish to pull the lever.
All right.
Oh
The rest of you suddenly hears the fire alarm starts to go off. You know, that
And I wish
blaring
to try sneaking
beeping
through the
of,
door.
you know, get out of the building.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I wish
Uh,
to try sneaking out the building.
All right, go ahead and roll sneak. Meanwhile, Williams stops his lesson, runs over to his desk, grabs the thermos, caps it, and then starts and then starts waving for the kids to exit the building. Go out this way, turn left again, and head out the nearest exit. And then just gather there, and he'll take attendance to make sure everyone made it out of the building.
In other words, fucked.
It's fine.
Standard safety protocol.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kelly's gonna be the closest to the tree line if that's the case.
I'd like to
Mm.
state for the record that I did not fund this operation.
So Mr. Williams starts, taking attendance out here for everyone who's supposed to be in his class just now.
Oh boy.
And
hope
I'm
Like-
just
Moses
gonna
not here.
leave the area.
Like, okay, Ricky, Reggie, Oliver. Well, he was in the library, so he'll probably be out here in a minute. William. It's like, all right. That seemed okay. I guess that's everything. I guess school's, probably that's probably it for the day. You're all free to head on home.
What?
Mm.
Wait a minute.
We're not
Wait.
going back in.
It's like, well, I mean, maybe at the very least, but at the very least, math class is probably done. Like, there wouldn't be enough time afterwards for me to continue the rest of the class. The fire department will come by and see what went wrong. So basically, the entire class is going to be stuck out here for the next 15 minutes or so. That would have been the rest of math class, while the fire department comes by the school to find out, what happened.
Meantime, we got a chance to talk to the teacher, so it's like, so
Well,
what's up with the coffee?
He seems to be like you walked right up to him, but as you get within a few feet of him, he kind of turns so his side is facing you, and he's kind of looking elsewhere.
Teacher.
he's avoiding us.
Teacher.
He's still just kind of holding the coffee, and he just slowly opens it and he starts taking a drink, occupied.
1 minute.
Nervous sipping intensifies.
1 minute.
Tugs on shirt.
Holy shit! Is that the Weasel CO?
Riley, do you actually say that?
Hell yeah!
Because it's a bit easier, all three of you make empathize rolls.
No!
Hell yeah!
Oh, well, shit. Hi, Embard.
Not having
So-
a good time this day.
So Kelly, you don't notice because you're trying to get his attention, and he's trying very hard not to give it to you. But for Riley and Oblivion, at one success, you both realize that yes, he's trying very hard to ignore Kelly, and probably you two as well. In fact, it was kind of weird how he didn't call for any of you three or Allison when he was checking the attendance after you guys all made it out of the building.
Huh.
Because, otherwise he might have noticed that Allison was missing. So, at one success, he's very clearly trying to ignore you guys, and very clearly did not check to see if you were here. At 2 successes, you would notice that, at Riley calling out that the Weasel CO just arrived or whatever, you would notice this man freeze up like a deer in the headlights. Like, he stopped, like, he has the thermos up to his mouth and he had been like gulping it down, but he just freezes solid. You can see him sweating and his face immediately goes a bit more pale as he seems to be, he's like twitching a little. Like, he's currently looking like, to the south. He's looking down that way, basically. But you can tell that he's concerned that the Weasel CO is, by the road, and he's trying not to turn and look, but at the same time, wants to. But he is just frozen up. And Riley, at that 3rd success, you're very easily to read guilt all over him.
I walk up slowly, and I try to get in front of him, look him dead in the eye, and just feel like, all right, fess up. What'd you do? Because let's be perfectly honest here. Nobody in town has been able to get coffee for weeks. Yet you mysteriously are able to get a cup. I would have been a little bit less suspicious had it been tea. Because knowing Mr. Henderson, he'd probably help a buddy out. But you have coffee. And I'm very concerned about that. So let's discuss.
Let's have a quick out of character moment. Does anyone want to theorize why him having coffee is particularly bad?
It means he basically sold himself to the weasels.
Precisely. The weasels. The Weasel CEO is smart enough to purchase all the coffee and use it as a bargaining tool. Williams has coffee, so he made a deal. So,
Also, quick note: I've left the premises by this point.
I am aware, but unfortunately, as the other 3 main characters are still here, we're not moving away from it.
I know. I was just letting you know that I technically left the area as well.
Yes. So for a while, unfortunately, you're going to be demoted to background character, and we'll get to you when we can.
That's fine.
So yes. Riley, you tell him to fess up. And his eyes kind of slowly look down at you, and you can really just see, like a man staring in the face of God, guilt.
Riley would at first sit there with crossed arms looking up at him, and then just... What happened? Just tell me what you can. Because at this point, if our safety's at risk, I need to be able to know that, and we need to be able to know that. It's bad enough as is, the situation at hand. Don't make it any worse.
He slowly pulls the thermos away from his face. Says, who are you to accuse me? You're just a student?
You kind of been avoiding us 3 ever since we went into the classroom.
I have a class of 15 students to teach. I can't just pay attention to all of them all the time.
Yeah, but
You
each time you
barely
looked at
pay
us...
attention to 3 of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Each time you looked at any of us 3, you kind of looked away. And I've been tugging on your shirt for the last minute, dude.
Let's have a lesson.
I was just distracted. I mean, the fire alarm going off was a bit stressful.
Don't worry.
There might be a fire in the building.
Yeah, let's have a lesson. Let's discuss what's been happening the past couple of weeks and how you've been dead asleep for several classes. And all of a sudden, you are energized and you have coffee while the rest of the town doesn't.
I was able to sneak into the grocery store and get some before the weasels bought it.
No,
He's lying.
yeah, I know he's lying. I know he is.
Yeah, but
He's-
Kelly didn't emphasize roll with one success, and so I had to tell the result of that, which is he's lying.
He's lying straight up.
Didn't really need to roll for it, but in case you wanted to be certain, yes, he is
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
If I may give a DM hint, you
Mm.
guys know he's guilty of something and that he's lying to you, but you don't have any way to force him to tell the truth.
Oh.
You can't just by telling him that you know he's lying doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to tell you the truth.
Okay.
You might need to make a different roll or try a different angle.
Okay. All right. You want to stick to
Why
your
didn't
story?
you
for a
mention
minute?
our names when you were calling attendance?
Well, I mean, I could clearly see that you were right there. I didn't need to.
You were
Didn't need
calling
to
everybody
call you.
else's names out
Well,
loud.
it's part of the job.
Mm.
Then you should have called our names out at one point.
Can't call us in on being a shit teacher.
He's going to slowly bring the coffee back up to his mouth and drink more.
You got a receipt for that coffee
Okay.
there, Chief?
As just a matter of fact, I do, but it's inside. It's in the building.
Go get it then.
Can't. Fire alarm.
Oh, I can assure you, I know what happened to the fire alarm. You're perfectly safe. Get in there.
What do you mean you know? What do you mean you know about
Yeah,
the
get
fire?
Let's discuss this.
If you know
because
about what happened in there with the fire, then you need to tell me. You could be
I'm
in a
more
lot
than
of trouble,
capable
young
to, and
man.
I'm willing to give that information. But first, you need to show me a receipt, and I'm more than happy to tell you who did it.
I don't need to show you anything. And if you know something and you're refusing to tell the teacher
Who am
about it,
I?
then I can get you in trouble for it.
Who am I? Who am I to say? Maybe it was just a faulty system. I mean, all honesty, if you're clearly stating that the coffee just was happened at the store, the fire alarm just happened to be busted. That's it. Who are you to accuse me, a humble student that's willing to learn and educate and learn to be educated by a teacher who was more than willing to teach us and would never like screw his students over at any point in time?
You were saying that you knew something about the fire alarm going off.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Like I said, information for information.
And
You tell me what I know, what you know about what you did, because it's clear as day that you're lying to us. And as the educator, that's a little bit of upsetting to me as a student.
Well, it's not as though the other teachers know anything.
Oh, so the other teachers don't have it. You didn't happen to share with everyone in the. That's a travesty.
No, what I'm saying is, if I go to the other teachers and let them know that you know something about the fire alarm going off, then you could be in a lot of trouble for not telling us what you know,
I'm
and
gonna
you
look
would,
around and see
so
if there's
they-
any other
you would-
teachers.
you would be-
your little secret
you
supply
would
of coffee.
receive the punishment if you would receive the punishment
I'm
if
gonna see if there's any other of the other teachers walking
just
around.
out here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the fire alarm got pulled, so everyone's kind of outside, just kind of.
Do the other teachers know about your secret coffee supply? Did you happen to share with them?
It's none of your or their business. What
Are
we're
you
talking
sure
about
about
is the
that?
fact that you know something about
I'm
the
gonna
fire
talk
alarm
to Mr.
going
Wellman
off.
and see how
Who's-
he's doing.
it is-
Maybe ask
it is
about the
like a
coffee
good-
situation with his end. Kelly just
I
needs
read
to
a lot
start
of
walking over to Mr. Wellman.
I read a lot of books there, sir. I know about certain wiring systems and stuff. I dabble in certain things every now and then, and sometimes a faulty system's a faulty system. It
You're
could be
saying that you know
that.
something, so perhaps you were the one who made the system faulty. I'm sure if I told the other teachers, they'd take my side and believe that you had something to do with it, unless you fessed up to
Would several
really
grumpy
happened.
teachers be happy to see one teacher energized them with coffee? With a secret supply of coffee in their possession and not share it? I mean, this entire town has felt a drought for weeks now. What's
As fellow educators, I'm sure that they would take my side and believe me that I managed to get. Managed to
a
As
grab
this
some
is
coffee.
going on, Kelly kind of goes over to Mr. Wellman.
Alright, so you go up to Mr. Wellman's sitting on a stump nearby, just kind of watching the building, kind of like craning his head around, looking somewhat concerned. Like he believes that there might in fact be a fire in the building. He's trying
Hey,
to see
Wellman,
if he can see anything. Oh yes, hello Kelly.
just question. Do you know about God, what's the math teacher's name?
Daniel Williams or Mr. Williams.
Okay. Do you know about what's up with Mr. Williams today? He somehow seems a lot more active, and he got a cup of coffee on hand.
Well, I mean, I hadn't thought much of it. No, there's been a lot going on.
Well, if you, that's kind of in the big iffy side of things, because remember, there's been a shortage because all the Weasel guys been buying it out.
I mean, I suppose, I don't know, maybe he got lucky and someone was able to give him some. Maybe he ordered some from out of town, perhaps?
How he's acting is acting like a deer in the headlights situation, Willman.
I
The dude is
suppose-
sweating bullets.
Yes. I mean, I can't say for certain I know anything about it.
And then I got.
I have a bad feeling that one of our teachers kind of sold them off to the themselves off to the Weasels.
I suppose that seems possible. Makes sense. But, you know, I doubt he'd do it. I mean, what would they even want from him, anyways?
I don't know, but he's been kind of avoiding eye contact and kind of acknowledging us throughout the class time and even out here. It took us kind of stepping in front of him, actually talking, like getting his attention for some reason, mentioning about like something to actually get him to respond to us.
Well, I suppose I ought to go over there and try to help sort this out then.
Hmm.
Just off in the distance. You can't handle the truth.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, it just has kind of been concerning because Mr. Williams been kind of off. He's kind of been avoiding our gazes, and I was tugging at his shirt for a few minutes, which to try getting his attention for something, but he basically flat out ignored me.
He slowly picks himself and is like, well, I mean, I guess whatever I can do to help and maybe sort the situation out.
Hmm. He's over here talking to Riley.
It's not a conversation. This is a full-out argument.
So he goes over with Kelly and I assume Trevor as well, back over to where Mr.
Yeah, he walked
Williams-
away from that one. It's like I'm a.
where
What
Mr.
just
Williams and
happened?
Riley are. He's still essentially trying to focus the conversation on, you know something about the fire alarm going off and you're not saying anything. So
Hey,
that means
Will.
that we can consider you to be the guilty party until you say until you tell us what actually happened.
And Kelly chimes in and is like, "Hey, William, we brought Mr. Wellman over."
Mr. Wellman with the guys, he's like, so what's going on over here? And Mr. Williams immediately looks over to Mr. Williams, like, this student says he knows something about the fire alarm going off. Mr.
All I
Williams,
know, all I know is that certain systems are faulty. I've been reading a lot of engineering books, and it's possible that it could have been a faulty electrical system. That's all I'm saying. But he's accusing a young student of.
I mean, I
Supposedly-
certainly don't see any smoke, so I would think that Riley's point of view would be quite accurate.
I mean, yeah, just observation-wise proves otherwise. Didn't smell or see anything.
I mean,
No
we've
one
all
screamed
been through
fire.
the safety exercises for fire safety. I would assume we would know that if the building was on fire, we'd be able to see the signs. But, it's just what it is. Building seems safe.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wellman kind of thinks for a moment, like, all right. Let's deal with the more pressing matter first. He looked to Riley. Do you know something about the fire alarm going off?
like I said, I just read some books. I have heard rumors that the someone was planning on pulling the fire or making someone, pull the fire alarm if it was a certain scenario due to the current doom like what's the term, that word I'm looking for, I guess, environment that we're currently in, and wanted to spice things up a bit. If it were me,
He looks to
Mm.
Riley. He looks to Trevor. He looks to Kelly. He looks around at the rest of the class who's present.
all I'm saying is
And then he
that
looks back to Riley.
I'm not going to say names, because you have to understand, as a friend, I
He
don't
kind of
prepare to
cocks an
snitch.
eyebrow at you.
I don't prepare on snitching on any fellow
Tilts his
classmates
head.
at my school. All I'm saying is that someone
Puts his hands
probably,
on his hips.
You kind of start.
as a fellow member of this school, I could not, in such a way, slander
Leans in.
the names of any others. It was Allison.
He nods. Yes, I suspect.
He was trying to solve the issue of the school currently going dead, and against the pretenses of our communed issue of not doing so, he ran into the gym and pulled the fire alarm.
Mr. Williams nods. See, there. Go find.
You still didn't answer my question, though. Where'd
Go
you get
find
the?
Mrs. Deneth and make sure that she is properly disciplined for pulling the fire alarm. And he starts to turn to leave, and Mr. Wellman reaches a hand out and grabs him by the shoulder. It's like, now, that's not the only issue. I came over here to discuss. Kelly informed me of some things that I think we might need to have words about. He slowly turns back around. Williams just kind of sips some more of his coffee, and Mr. Wellman looks and is like, "So how did you get that coffee?" He's like, "Well, I managed to swing by the grocery store just after a shipment came in, and I bought it before the weasels came." He's like, "I highly doubt that."
Just straight up bullshit.
Well, I happen to know one of the clerks, and I had him tell me as soon as the shipment came in, and came in before the store opened. It's like, and Mr. Wellman just kind of stares in some more. Is like, "No, I don't think that's the truth either."
So,
Riley's just sitting back, smug
No,
faced,
I'm
just
feeling
crossed
that.
arms.
there goes that. First. Nope, not getting
Mr. Wellman puts his hand back on Mr. Williams' shoulder.
it.
Look, I think you know as well as I do that you did not buy that coffee in the standard means. Someone gave it to you, and I think we both know who might have done that. If you need to, I'm more than happy to step away from the kids for a moment, and you can whisper to me what it is that you possibly what might have transpired that landed coffee in your hand. And I know very well that you need it to get by. Believe me, everyone's seen how much you've suffered without it. If you need a moment, we can go off to the side and you can tell me what it is that happened. And he looked kind of sheepish and kind of lightly tugs on Mr. Wellman's sleeve, and they walk over a little ways away, like over here-ish. They seem to have a very small conversation where they just kind of huddle closer to each other. They seem to whisper a bit just in case, with Mr. Williams glancing over at you guys once in a while, and Mr. Wellman glancing over maybe once or twice at you guys. And you guys can kind of see, like, okay, well, give me an empathize roll, each of you, just because it's not something that's gonna be too horrible to miss, but it's just in case. Yeah, nah, it's fine. It didn't need that high of a roll, and there's not really anything extra I can give you guys, and it would be a while till the next one, but anyways. So you guys can tell when he gets to the part where he says what he did. Like his body kind of locks up for a moment as he seems to reach the conclusion of his story, and then he kind of forces out the words. And you can see as Mr. Wellman seems almost in shock, and then slaps Mr. Williams to the point that he almost drops his coffee and falls on his ass.
Oh!
Hot damn! Alright.
Like it is one slap, but he put a significant amount of force in it. And you guys could hear it from, all the way over there. The resounding, smack.
Okay.
Kelly, I think we're in trouble
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Mr.
If we
Wellman
weren't
looks
before.
Mr. Wellman looks down at Mr. Williams and just kind of shakes his head a little with this on the verge of furious look on his face. Like like his face is almost a little red with how upset this has made him. And he walks back over to you three and kind of stands before you a moment, like trying to compose himself. He like clears his throat, looks down at the three of you, kind of closes his eyes, breathes deep, opens his eyes, looks at the three of you again, rolls his shoulders a little, just kind of runs a hand down his face, gets down on one knee, and puts his arms out to try and like pull you three a little closer.
Kelly walks up to Wellman.
Same.
I'm sorry to say, but there may be a bit of a leave of absence once the principal finds out what Mr. Williams did. Someone will have to substitute for him for a bit, and maybe he will be given his job back at a later date. But it seems that in exchange for coffee, he went through the student records and gave out the four of yous, Allison included, he gave out your information to someone who
What?
should not have it.
What?
Oh no.
I certainly don't believe that he's deserving of it, but I would still ask that the three of you find it in your hearts to someday forgive Williams for what he did. You saw how weak he was without his coffee.
So,
Yeah.
So I hope you can
wait,
understand.
they literally kind of just bribed him to
He sold us out.
give our information?
Yes. In exchange for coffee, it would seem he told, well, didn't tell, but gave out the information in the student records on the four of you to the Weasel Company.
Huh. We've been sold out by a teacher.
I should hope you won't look poorly upon the rest of the staff for his mistakes.
No, it's fine. But what does this mean then?
Why would they want our records, though?
Why would they be interested in us?
I couldn't say. If you would like, you're welcome to head home for the day. I'll make sure that there isn't an uproar over it or anything, and
Okay.
I'll also see what I can do about making sure Allison gets off lightly for pulling the fire alarm.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you,
it
Mr.
came at a
Wellman.
good time.
You're welcome. He
Rather
then
just
slowly gets up from the knee and slowly turns back to look back at where Mr. Williams is kind of sitting in the grass, just looking at the thermos in his hands, just kind of reflecting on what he's done.
I was gonna get that man coffee when the first issue came up. He sold us out for it.
I need to tell my mom.
I need to tell my cat.
As I said, you three are free
you,
to
Mr.
go
Wall-
home and
Yeah.
such. Yes, of course.
Mhm.
Trevor Riley, we're gonna meet up a little bit. I'm gonna quickly go to my mom's place and tell her what's up.
I'm gonna go find Allison.
Yeah, I'll go
Something needs to be done.
fill everyone in.
Mm-hmm.
Hell.
With
Run
that,
off.
Kelly goes, running.
Zoom. Commit zoom.
Are we gonna switch?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and switch back to the town map.
Oh,
That's
boy.
not the right one.
Wait a minute. When did it become springtime? Alright.
Kelly runs over to her family shop.
I mean, Aqua. I mean, Aqua.
Actually, wait. Music store makes more sense. Duh.
Kelly, go.
Each of you just go ahead and place yourselves where you're running to, and we'll get to you in sequence from how far away from the school you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm right
So-
here.
Riley,
Where's
you're just staying at school, Riley?
well,
I'm,
he's
I'm
waiting.
finding wherever Allison is.
Allison. Yeah.
Oh.
Where's Allison?
Yeah.
Agent, you there?
Now
I spaced out for a little while. I heard at one point I was snitched on and someone's gonna catch a bullet.
Allison, where in town did you go? Where are you?
Comics and games.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Alright, I
Okay.
guess I'm on my way over there then to find him.
Well, I mean, Riley, would you know?
on the chat.
Probably fucking not. I probably think he's back at his house.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
I'm gonna try to go up his house, I guess.
All right, so go ahead and we'll move you up to Allison's house. So we'll actually start with Allison because Allison, of course, got a head start. Allison, you're at the comics and game store. There's comics there.
Trying to think of like what kind of comics would be out in this like era.
Allison,
Wait,
Yeah,
you
I'm here.
hit me.
Can you not hear me? Hello?
No, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Allison,
Uh-oh,
Yeah, what-
Respawn can't hear ya.
Oh shit.
what happened?
Do you not
Hello?
hear?
What?
Do you not hear Agent?
No, we're good now. I guess I couldn't hear anything for a minute.
Okay.
Was it like the fuck? I said I was trying to figure out like what like comics or games would be out around this time.
I don't know
Yeah.
enough about. I don't know enough about the '80s to give you like an actual answer.
I think those
Give me a
classics-
second, let me Google.
I
Can
think-
we just
Uh,
vote Batman?
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
yeah, Batman would have been around.
Yeah.
No, just go like reading some Batman comics or something.
Alright.
The store owner's probably seen me around a few times.
Alright, KR, you win. You won, KR.
Batman, Dark Knight, Uncanny X-Men, Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Damn.
See, other than that, I'm literally just kind of sitting in there, just kind of reading through comics.
All right. So that's what you're doing. And then, of course, Kelly would have gotten home first because it's right across the road.
Yeah.
Kelly, you make it to the antique store.
Kelly goes in. Ma?
She's at the counter and she's like, "Oh, hello, Kelly. Just coming over during lunch?" Or she kind of checks the clock, wondering, what time it is
A
and
little
why
bit
you're here.
more
At this
than
time.
that.
Oh, what's happened?
Mr. Wellman let us kind of go, me, Trevor, Riley, and Allison go off early because something bad occurred.
What happened? She seems concerned.
The weasels got a hold of our information.
Hmm.
The information about me, Trevor, Riley, and Allison.
Well, probably be fired for that. If he's not,
That it wasn't Wellman who did it. It was I forget the math teacher's name again.
Williams.
William.
Mr. Williams.
It's Mr. William who gave out the information.
Well, still the
Got-
same, I suppose.
Yeah, he got bribed over the coffee because the dude is really addicted to it.
Take.
But I'm confused by the factors they asked for our information.
She seems a bit upset, but she's hiding it because she doesn't want her child to see her being as angry as she is.
Alright.
But yeah, Wellman let us forego early today because I wanted to. due to that news and such.
I'm just
Well, I suppose that was nice of him. You're free to do whatever you'd like with the day, I suppose. I
tired.
think I might write a strongly worded letter, or perhaps tomorrow I'll go over there myself.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to came over here just in case the weasels tried anything bad in the case of mentioning about anything about me. On if you were confused on how they got that information.
I mean, I haven't seen or heard anything yet, but I suppose
They're
there might be
probably
some.
seeing how they've been using the coffee as leeway to get things they wanted. I wouldn't doubt that they would probably use the information they get from us for to try buying
Yeah.
the store again.
Oh, Scout.
She kind of just slumps on the counter a small bit.
Is Dad awake?
He should be getting up soon if he isn't already.
Okay. You think you're gonna be able to tell him what I found out?
I'll let him know. I'll break it to him gently so he doesn't go over there and, well, do something.
Mm-hmm.
I already told you what happened when the Badger CO tried to hit on me. I don't imagine Mr. Williams would get off any lighter.
Yeah. Especially. Well, Mr. Wellman slapped him in the face.
She nods a bit. Well deserved.
Mm. But I'm gonna go out and wander around the town. I'm gonna be careful as I ever be, knowing that the weasels seem to be interested in me for some reason. But I'm gonna be wandering around.
Alright. Take care and do be safe in case they're looking for you.
Mm-hmm. Will do. With that, Kelly exits out the store and kind of
No.
starts wandering.
Alright.
And
Go ahead and go over to Trevor next. Trevor, you made it to the music store.
Yes. Assuming Maj is behind the counter again.
Yeah, you're almost behind the counter at the music store.
Hey, Ma.
Trevor, you walk in. Give me an investigate roll real quick. You would notice a pair of familiar figures amongst the racks of music, just kind of browsing.
which familiar figures?
I mean, that depends on if he's going to, focus at all on that, or if he's just going to go straight to talking to his mom.
Nope, tunnel vision.
Two people you recognize are there, but that's not important right now.
Yeah, it's like
I'll talk to
fuck
your
it,
mother.
go there. Yeah.
She goes up to your mother. She's at the counter. She's like, "Oh, hey Trevor, why are you here so soon?"
Something with the fire alarm, so a bunch of us just got let out early, but
Okay.
no, it's just something weird from school earlier, so I figured I'd stop by, see if anything was going on.
Well, I mean, business is all right.
But just a heads up, for whatever reason, seems certain people are interested in me, considering one of the teachers was bribed into giving out my personnel file or whatever.
She kind of stiffens up a moment. She's like, what?
One of our teacher has one of the math teacher Williams has crazy caffeine addiction. He's practically a sloth without it. So this whole situation was lovely on him, you could say. So yeah, he decided to give that their way in exchange for some.
Mm.
Not sure what that means by anything, but I figured I'd at least let you know because they've already stopped by before.
Right. Suppose we haven't seen the last of them, is what it means.
I doubt it.
She kind of just looks down and seems to be thinking about it. Not highly, of course, but probably wondering what to do about it. What can be done about it.
Has enough time passed by for Kelly to show up?
At the music store?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can go ahead and walk in.
Okay, Kelly comes in.
You notice a pair of familiar figures, kind of just sitting. Well, hey, fair enough. I was actually about to rephrase because I realized I did it wrong, but so here we go. All right, let me. I gotta put it together in my head first. How I'm with the words and the order to put them in. So, you would notice a pair of familiar figures poorly hiding from Trevor, who's at the counter. Part of the reason they're poorly hiding is because, they're in clear view of you, though obviously, not in clear view of Trevor. These two gentlemen appear to have sheet music that they were looking at, but they're still kind of looking back and forth between the two of them.
Are
kind
they
of just
big?
like they're slightly larger gentlemen. They're in partial suits. And the main reason you recognize them is because this is yours and Trevor's dads,
The fuck?
who are at the music store examining sheet music, it would seem, and attempting to hide from Trevor.
The heck?
Dad? Kelly walks over to the door.
He looks up. He's like, "Oh, honey!" And he kind of like slaps the sheet music over to Mr. Hall, who immediately like grabs and like stuffs it into his jacket, like they don't have it. It's like, "Oh, hello, Kelly." What? Acting very nonchalant, like nothing was going on. The two of them just sitting there, totally not hiding behind, an aisle away from a kid who is one of their sons.
In their wife's store.
Yes.
I'm sure Trevor and Miss Parks overheard that factor. As
Maybe.
those two are like talking. Oh, Kelly going, wait, Dad?
Yeah, I'd say they probably both overheard. Trevor, are you turning to look?
Yes.
He was like, "Oh, by the way, we got some new music in. Perhaps you'd be interested in checking that out to help cheer you up with all that's happened." Just trying to pull your attention back, somewhat obviously.
Huh.
Dad,
Might
what are
look
you
through that.
doing
Might
here?
look through some of that. Been trying to find more songs to learn.
Kelly just looks at her dad with crossed arms and goes, "What are you doing here?"
He looks over at he looks over at Mr. Park. Mr. Park looks over at him. They just kind of look back and forth a little bit. Just like, what do we do? And then he just, Mr. Hall just kind of crosses his arms, just trying to look cool, sitting there, leaning against an aisle, leaning against a shelf. And then Mr. Park kind of looks at him and is just like, the fuck? And then just kind of tries to copy him with like, I don't think this is a good idea kind of look on his face. So I was like, just hanging with my buddy, my friend,
Are
in the
you
music
sneaking
store.
around the place?
No,
Dad!
no, we're not sneaking. We're just
Dad!
browsing the goods that my homie's wife is
Dad.
selling.
Could be any more.
Dad! You're failing so hard at the current state of
But
things.
I can be, it's just me. I'm cool. He kind of like does like the, what he's doing.
My
You know what he's
God.
doing. You know the exact hand gesture he's doing right now.
He is that dad.
I'm hip. You know what he's doing. You know the exact
Mom know?
positioning of his arms. It's
Does
like,
Mom not know you're out and about?
I mean, she does. She knows.
Hmm.
Okay.
He crossing his arms again, and then uncross, recross. Just
Because she told me you were asleep and were just waking up when I left the shop.
well, I came out to hang out with my homie.
Dad, stop it. You're failing so hard.
I can be cool.
Dad!
Mr. Park looks very embarrassed on both their behalves.
See how I'm able to. Okay. So, I'm guessing you've been here since Trevor got in and overheard his conversation?
I mean, we haven't overheard anything, but
One of the teachers, due to the coffee addiction sold, basically gave our, me, Trevor's, Allison's, and Riley's information out to the weasels.
your dad seems to drop whatever stupid act he was doing quite immediately, as his hands just kind of fall to his waist and slowly are clenching a little. He's like, "What?"
One of the teachers, which was our math teacher, he had a high coffee addiction to the point that he was a complete sloth due to the lack of caffeine. The weasels used that to gain information about us.
He kind of just takes a deep breath in, takes a deep breath out. I was like, if you'll excuse me, old Kelly, I think I need to go see about something.
Mr. Wellman did slap him in the face.
He, he starts to take a step or two, like he's going to walk past you.
Dad, what are you doing?
Just going to go let the school board know what I think about this.
The teacher's gonna get an earful anyway, and he's probably gonna get fired.
Yes, that's probably for the best, but to make certain of that.
Mm. I don't blame the teacher. He was in a tough situation. The dude literally was asleep, or just he wasn't there for the last few weeks without the coffee. And there is clear guilt on his face when we showed up at school today. It was clear that he was guilty on he felt guilty on doing so.
And he knew he shouldn't have done it.
Mm. Kelly steps to the side and let her dad pass.
Right, he walked past you and exit the music store. Mr. Park would still be standing there for the moment.
Kelly looks back at Trevor's dad.
He kind of looks at you.
I don't know why they went so far out to get our information.
Well,
But I feel like they're gonna try using it as leeway on getting the shops, most likely. Seeing how that was
suppose we'll see then.
yeah, seeing how that's what they did with the coffee.
Hmm.
Anyway, why were you guys trying to hide from Trevor when he came in? Or acting
Oh.
non-suspicious?
Oh, it's no reason.
Kelly just looks at him with a, like, a really? Look to her face.
It's like,
A single sheet of sheet music kind of falls out of his jacket and lands on the floor.
Kelly picks up the sheet music.
You have one piece of sheet music.
She takes a look at it.
It seems to mostly just be notes.
Are you guys
It's not
making
the
a song?
No, we're not writing a song.
Then what's with the sheet music?
I was just admiring it. Pair of guys with nothing better to do. With nothing better to do can just look at sheet music. So that's not an emphasized role, but you would be able to notice that there is the rest of that song stuffed in, under his jacket as well.
Then why do you have a bunch of sheet music underneath your jacket?
Well, I mean, you can't really appreciate music if you're only looking at one page of it. You need to have
Are you
the entire
stealing
song.
from your own wife?
No, no, no. Why would I? Part of our income comes from the store. Why would I steal from it?
Then what's with the sheet music?
Just admiring it.
why are our dads being sketchy?
Kelly looks at Miss Parks and's like, "Do you know about his collection of sheet music?"
She kind of glances over. She's like, "Oh, hello, Kelly.
Hi.
I mean,
Uh,
it's just
hi.
been him and Mr. Hall have just been looking at sheet music."
Kelly takes a look at the sheet music and see what type of song it is.
I'll say that you can manage it because you got Foreign Investigate, but you can kind of lean and get just enough of a angle on the sheet music in his jacket that you can see what the song is. Because I mean, there's not much else to figure out from it.
Yeah.
What's the song?
You would see that the name of the song is Heavy Metal.
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
Yes.
Okay, Kelly hands Mr. Parks the sheet music. He dropped and she picked up.
You take much like, thank you. I'll make sure to put this back with the rest.
I don't know what you're doing, but crazy dads being crazy dads.
I suppose you could write it off as that, yes.
With my dad especially.
Well,
Seeing how you got embarrassed by my dad.
he means well.
He does. He does. Kelly goes over to Trevor.
All right.
Hey, sorry about that. I just happened to notice her dad's in the shop here. When I came to see how you're doing.
Okay then.
Still good?
Yeah. Though my dad's probably gonna be yelling at the school for a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Should we head out and see if we can find Riley and Allison?
Yeah, may as well.
Where do you think the guys would be?
I have no clue.
Speaking of which, the camera will head over to Allison's house, where Riley is just arriving.
Riley would run up and knock nicely on the door. And, try to breathe, calm, and then just put on his best happy face, I guess.
Take
Would anyone here? I've knocked on the door. Would anyone answer?
Eventually, like, after a bit of shuffling on the side of the door, you would see Mr. Deneath open the door, and he's still a little bit in his jammies.
Hello, is Allison home?
No, she's been out camping the last few days. Has she been making it to school?
Yes and no.
Oh,
we had an incident at school today, and I wanted to make sure that Allison made it out of school because we weren't able to group up when the fire alarm went off. So I wanted to make sure that Allison was okay.
You just need to know how to play.
Would you happen to know where Allison might have gone? If it had ever gone anywhere?
I mean, she hasn't been back.
Does she have any like hangout points she usually does, like particularly in the town, maybe?
No, to my knowledge, she mostly hangs out with, her friends, you included, of course, or out in the woods.
All right then. Well, thank you at least for talking to me. I'll just see if I can find her and let her and talk with her, I guess. Thank you though. And Riley
You're
just
welcome.
turn around and run off back into town. I'll take like I don't know. Should I keep going?
I mean, it is going to take a while to get back to town, unless, of course, you're cutting through the woods, but that has its own
Dangers.
dangers. Let's go back to Allison. Allison, you've been reading some Batman comics. You'd hear someone clear their throat behind you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I would look back.
It's the guy who runs the comic book store. He's like, are you actually going to pay for any of these?
Shrug.
It's like get
Alright,
out
you
of
can
I
fin-
see.
I'm not cruel. You can finish the one you're reading, but then you have to get out of here.
Thank you.
Goes back to his counter, where he picks up, his own Batman comic. See, he's allowed to do it because he owns the store and has technically already bought everything in it for the purposes of selling. But
Yeah, limited edition.
Probably go through and finish the last few chapters of that and say, what's next? I know.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh,
I'm
maybe.
going to cause more chaos. Why not?
Is this the part where we? Is this the part where we call the local authorities?
So Allison, what are you doing? What are you doing, Allison?
Causing chaos, I believe, is what the term is.
Should we come back to you after you finished your comic?
Oh, I said they had already finished. They had like, just finished doing that a little after the man had said something.
Alright.
For now, just go to the ice cream.
Just
So, I'm guessing we're gonna go back to like Kelly and Trevor.
Yes, let's go back to Kelly and Trevor.
What time is it currently?
It's still a few hours before noon. Like, it's around the time that, you know, you might be halfway through Wellman's class.
Hmm.
So, it'll be noon before long. It'll be lunchtime before long.
Wanna just wander around
Yeah,
the
but I-
town a little bit and see if we can
Right.
catch Ive Allison?
Probably all we can do, so sure.
Okay. Let's start with like the nearest street first and then find our way in.
Yeah,
Kelly.
alright.
You coming, Trevor?
Hear me.
As Kelly's kind of walking, she's looking into the windows.
Close.
Just checking windows.
Yeah.
And Allison went inside the ice cream parlor. Is that what happened?
Yes, they's having themselves an ice cream cone.
Alright, so you'd. Well, give me an investigate roll, because, I mean, it is a big, it is a window. There are. That's it. So you can see through the window, the big front window of the ice cream parlor, with all its advertisements for various flavors and how much they cost and whatnot. You'd see through. You'd see the, like, essentially bar counter that the ice cream parlor has, though obviously less wood and more, fancy and colorful.
Mm-hmm.
And you would see. I'm going to have a little fun here. So, obviously not word for word what you see. You'd see a single Lone Ranger sitting at the ice cream bar, down near the far end. Hunched over, orange streaks in her hair,
God damn it.
ice cream cone in one hand.
Oh, there's Allison.
Oh.
Agent, I hope you appreciate that, because I knew that I had a feeling that that's how you would have described yourself, given the, a bit.
I mean,
ability
not
to-
really, but I'll go with it.
Kelly
Single-
goes
Single
into
Lone Ranger sitting at the back of the ice cream bar.
Kelly goes into the ice cream shop.
I'm having a little bit of fun with it. All right.
That's fine. That's why some didn't go with it because it was funny.
Yeah.
Allison.
Win.
Just spins around on stool. Yes.
So, slight issue at hand.
When isn't there an issue? Whenever you people find me.
More the factor is our school information, like our student profiles, got sold out to the weasels.
All right, I'm stabbing someone.
Oh, okay.
No.
Exclamation.
What do you mean, no?
Do you want to get in any more trouble?
You mean I'm not in trouble? No one saw me.
They found out.
How'd they find out? There is a deadpan stare at Trevor right now.
Wait, why me? So you actually think I said something?
I'm kind of levering the odds of my head on which of you two could have said it. But then I'm remembering Riley's nowhere to be seen.
I was about to say, and you realize there's 4 of us normally.
He's
Yeah.
looking for you as well.
So who snitched?
Because once
Hmm.
has vision of you and he hits the button, it will
I'm
pop.
not here now.
Hmm.
You want to give
There's
a guess?
3. I was about to say, there's 3 options. Take a shot in the dark real quick.
Weighing it, yeah, Trevor, you wouldn't say anything probably. Honestly, Kelly is the likely suspect here, considering how much she talks.
Okay, I didn't even.
Oof.
I didn't even say anything.
Well, no one's saying anything now either, so you're not helping your case.
Okay,
Then realize process of elimination exists.
When
Who's
Riley-
And
not?
no one's suggesting Riley right now after I pointed you out. So
I'm not the one that snitched you out. It was Riley.
yeah, now you say it after I've pointed it out.
Trevor is my witness.
Trevor,
Yeah.
can you contest this?
Trevor?
Yeah, I tested this.
Okay, Riley, I have a few words for that little boy.
And now to find him. Have fun.
But yeah, he was trying to talk to the math teacher on the factor of his odd behavior because he got his hands on some coffee and was avoiding looking at us three. To the point that when he was counting on who was around when he pulled the fire drill, he didn't even acknowledge us, sorry. Or you.
So you would have gotten away with it had Riley not said something.
Riley confronted him and started talking to him, trying to get him to spill what he did, kind of mentioning how he knew what happened to the fire alarm.
Correct, Knuckles.
I went over to Mr. Wellman to kind of give us some help on figuring out what the math teacher did. Wellman did find out it was you as well, but he's gonna try making it so you're not as heavily punished. Thankfully. And he also let us go because he went and pulled the math teacher over to the side and learned what happened. Which was Weasel's kind of influenced him by bribing him with coffee to give them our information.
Got it. So there's someone that needs to be punched and several people that need to be stabbed.
Later.
That's all I can.
Both my parents and Trevor's parents know. No, that's the case. And my dad's just probably yelling at the school currently on that major fuck up. Also, Mr. Wellman did slap the math teacher in the face. Quite hard, actually.
I have some very strong words that someone my age should not be wanting to say right now. And they are very much directed at the school and the Weasels.
Mmm.
And maybe a couple to Riley.
Fair enough.
I'm not actually.
So what's the plan for now then? Because it's obvious we have to do something.
Yeah.
Your question.
Got it. Let's break into a building.
What's up with you two wanting to break into things?
Well, you know what? They stole something from us. They stole information. Why don't we repay the favor?
What do you plan on stealing?
The car?
Why would we steal the car?
To piss them off.
I mean,
Yeah.
true.
They're doing things that are highly illegal. And to this point, it sounds like they're going to try blackmailing us. Or our families.
That is actually fair.
Hmm.
At this point, what we do, we have a lot more leverage than they do, considering that we can go to the police about this.
Fucking pop.
They're not
So the next
wrong.
question becomes, do we steal or do we break the car?
We steal it, we break it, we hide it in the ditch somewhere.
Bring it to the junkyard.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hey. Same page.
Question is, how do we get it there unseen?
Very good question. Shit.
My sound.
What about Mr. Ryder's dad?
He's been doing good. He's in the lab.
He's a big, strong one. Why don't we see if he can lift something for us?
Sarah.
I
He
mean,
said we had to drive the car.
at least it keeps it quiet because that car's loud as god. Oh god, it's loud.
Exactly the reason why we don't want to turn it on.
Yeah, the engine's on the screwy side of things.
So it's either we take the time through the several hours of the night to follow the car to a point where it looks like it's not going to be moving anymore, and then we just completely take it apart and take it part by part to the junkyard. Or we get our friendly neighborhood monster man to come carry something for us.
We can even ask William if he had figured anything out, because last time I visited the two of them, he did say he would be helping us with finding out some information on hand. So, shall we go to the junkyard?
Sure.
First, we should find Riley.
Oh yeah.
He's most likely over by your house.
We're on the way back from who knows.
Kelly steps out.
Well, let's get going then.
Yeah.
Is that we'd get out and start walking at that point?
Riley,
Yes,
you there?
I am here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm showing up? Okay, I show up. I walk
you
up the road looking for you guys. And it's like, what's up, fam?
He's there.
Timing.
Time.
Yeah, I
Convenient
went to
timing.
your house. I couldn't find you. Your dad was nice enough to let me know that you were probably somewhere in the woods. But then I come down the road and I see traffic cone here.
Come on.
All right, let's go.
We
I'm
just gonna
gonna-
walk by Riley and just put my arm around his shoulders and say, "So snitchy boy."
Yeah, so idiot. Let's talk.
What
I'm
do you
gonna
need?
keep my eye open in case there's something active.
Let's discuss the fact of the fire alarm there, Dingleberry. What exactly was that supposed to produce?
Respawn, is there anything
Yes.
suspicious going on? As we're walking around town.
Things seem quiet.
Too quiet.
I just rolled a 2, so hopefully that's enough to give me.
Things seem quiet.
Trevor, come on.
Trevor, get over here.
What about I'm up here. Oh, you get back here.
It's
Yeah, I
kind of.
That's the police station.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
we're not gonna. We got enough of the local authorities as it.
Do we? Name one time we
Oh.
dealt with the cops.
Well, they're gonna be
Kelly,
hunted. For...
goes over to the car wash because she knows that William's the keys now.
Do you think we can teleport the car to a new dimension?
Yo, bet.
Actually, not a bad idea.
We can see how it works.
Is William in view by any means?
He is not at the moment. He is not at the car wash.
Any sign that he's in the car wash, like the lab?
There would be no way to tell. I mean, it is a secret base.
God damn it.
Secret
Okay.
lab.
So William's not here.
Just go in.
We can't. We need William.
I need the
Scruffy, not
keys.
Was it Scarfy doesn't have an
Why
extra
don't
pair?
we go and ask the old man what's happened?
Fucking hop the fence. Just get on up there and hop that there fence.
It's not that simple to get into.
So,
Kelly goes into the gate and goes over to the entrance and
Marshall's
asks,
next other
yeah, and
state.
excuse me?
You'd see him. You'd see the lights on inside Scruffy's little office, and it would take
Hi,
a moment, but you'd see him scoot up to the counter on
Hi,
his little
Scruffy.
wheelie. Oh, hello.
Have you seen William by any chance?
Oh, I think he went out to get groceries and such.
Got it. Thank you.
Were you here to see him, or?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit
Okay.
of both.
Yeah.
Well,
Though
I've-
it's good to see you as well, though. How you been
Of
doing?
course. Oh, I've been good. The dogs have been happy. I've made another model or two to hang up along the ceiling.
Fancy.
Ooh.
I also haven't had to go into the lab recently. They've told me they'll handle things, so I get to sit in here and spend more time working on my models. Still have a key though if I do want to go in.
Okay. Yeah, we were kind of planning on like talking to William for a little bit and such like that.
Yeah.
But thank you for letting us know. Kelly looks at the others and go, I think I know where William went. Most likely. If they're going to get groceries. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, go with me.
Kelly goes, starts heading over to the butcher shop.
Alright.
She looks through the window. Is, William in there?
You would not see him in the butcher's shop, no.
Really?
Yes. He's not
Oh.
currently at the butcher's.
Okay. Grocery.
That one's a little harder to just look into because that one's more of like, a full-fledged store with aisles and such rather than, like a
Okay.
counter space.
Yeah. See if anyone, Kelly kind of just goes in anyway, in a sense of thing, because she feels like, this is possibly where William is.
And you did roll on
A 0.
investigate.
I roll a
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, you didn't get it. Just kidding.
So this is
I was just checking.
Anyone
Making
else want to see if they can keep an eye out for William?
Alright. Guess I can give it a shot.
Hmm.
Riley and Allison, you would both notice a unattended skateboard, just kind of resting in the bike rack. It's not locked up or anything. It's just sideways, so it doesn't go anywhere.
Well, he's here. Not sure where though. We'll have to sift through the aisles if we want to find him.
Kelly kind of calls it, William!
One of the store clerks near the entrance would look at you and be like, "Do you need help finding anything?"
We're looking for a friend.
There's a few people in the store at the moment, so you're free to look around for them. Just try not to be too loud. There are people.
Okay. Thank you. Also,
You're
Trevor, where
welcome.
the fuck are you?
I'm standing outside. Like I'm supposed to. Oh well, I'm over back here for one.
Okay, so Kelly starts walking around, see if she can spot, William.
Alright.
I like super
I guess I'll help in a way.
Respawn?
It would take a
Go ahead.
Also, just doing mild setup for other things that are happening in the background where you guys aren't.
Okay.
I mean, come on. You think that things are only happening where the camera is?
No.
we're screwed.
What do you mean? Nothing ever happens off screen.
So, you guys do eventually find William. He just kind of has like, a little shopping bag. That and he's grabbing various canned goods and kind of just putting them in there because they're cheap and there's lots of different things you can get in cans.
Oh, William.
He kind of looks at her like, "Oh, hey, Kelly. Shouldn't you be at school? I mean, I know I should be too, but I mean, I figured you cared more about that sort of thing."
Things occurred. Bad things.
Mm.
Like, Weasel's getting our information. Well, Mark, me, Riley, Allison's, and Trevor's information.
Ah, that ain't good.
Yeah.
Same.
So, it's not a terribly good thing. Mr. Willman let us out early and, is making sure we don't get in trouble for leaving school early because of this.
Mm.
Though one of the teachers might be going to get fired because he was the one that, the math teacher sold us out.
Mr. Williams.
Due to coffee.
Mm. I can see. Yeah. That tracks.
Though I'm confused on why they would want our information. At most, I would think they would kind of use it as use it as leeway to get our parent stores.
Mm. I mean, this does certainly seem like one of those things where there's more going on than first appears. To be fair, I feel like that about, just about everything that happens in this town, but I haven't exactly been wrong yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just been missing a few pieces of the puzzles most of the time.
Mm.
Which you guys have had a lot more luck with, thankfully.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's concerning. Have you found out anything on your end?
I mean, it depends on what in particular you're hoping I found anything out about, because...
Just anything in particular.
Well... I know the Weasel CEO's not been out much. It seems like he showed up, tried to buy some places. Like, your guys's weren't the only ones, but there weren't a lot more other than that. And after that, he hasn't been seen around town much, which, to be fair, has only made people more concerned. Because if we don't know where he is, then he could be anywhere.
I mean, is his car still in front of the business?
It is. So we know he's still in town. If he's going anywhere, he's doing it on foot. That or he's staying in that building.
I know that they've been using the cafe as leeway on getting some places. They bought the office that my dad and Trevor's dad worked at.
I mean,
Though they kind of both our dads quit their job because of that.
I don't know what he's up to, but it can't be good. And it does certainly seem like it's probably directed at you guys.
Yeah, that's the main concern. I would say yeah, with possibly me, Allison, and Trevor's thing, cause Kelly, is Allison with us?
I believe I'm outside with Trevor.
Okay.
Yes. Hello.
With Allison, yeah, her mom works at like the diner, or actually at the bar. I don't know where, and such. So they probably go after that. No stores and such like that. Those places. But Riley? only lives in the treehouse.
Hmm.
There's nothing to be bought. Or to gain, I would think. Come on, let's finish your grocery shopping and head over.
Oh yeah. He grabs a few more, just a few more cans of this and that. And he heads up to the counter, pays for it.
Kelly follows, and such. I'm sure Riley's also following.
Indeed, I have been the silent follower.
He'd go outside with you guys and grab a skateboard, and he'd see, Trevor and Allison waiting for him. And she's like, "Oh hey, whole gang's here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Just
Trevor nods.
filled in William here on what's happening.
You gotta stop filling in literally every little detail to everyone. Takes too long. Just give them the needs to know. Next time, please.
Okay.
Either way, it's nice to have people informed like William because he knows everything that's going on. He's the best one to have an idea what's going on.
Yeah. Come on.
Let's get going.
I'm guessing we're heading back to the lab.
Gonna Superman dive all the way there. Yeah.
Just kind of uses a skateboard and just glides on.
We zoom.
Okay.
Make it back to the junkyard. He makes sure no one's followed you guys or himself.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Makes sense.
He flips through the keys on the keyring. Opens up the big door. Lets you all walk
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Walks in after you, closes it, pops the secret little thing on the side of the control buttons, presses the special buttons, and the elevator starts to descend. No, the floor starts to descend with you guys on it. It's not necessarily an elevator.
Mhm.
And you guys would eventually find yourselves in the lab, which is more roomy than it was. Things have been pushed up against walls or packed up in boxes, so they take up less space. Or, shelves have been stacked even higher than most people could normally reach without a ladder. And otherwise, it's just, it's generally less cluttered and feels more open and more spacious now than it was. There's also, that 15-foot tall porcupine thing just kind of chilling in a corner, hunched over a desk that was poorly made to fit its size. trying to like look at something or work on something. It's hard to say considering how high up the desk is.
Is there a ladder up to his desk or something like that?
There is not.
Hey, Mr. Ryder.
He kind of the creature turns and looks down at you, and you see that there's like a kind of like an amulet on a necklace, but it's not. But rather than just a standard amulet, it's it seems to be some sort of contraption of electrical design. A device, a doohickey, a thingamajig.
A thingy thing.
But it seems to light up a bit, and you would hear a kind of monotone robotic voice. Greetings, Kelly.
Hey, how you been doing?
Well, now that it's no longer so cramped, I do miss going outside, but other than all that, I suppose I can't complain too much, given the situation I was in before.
Yeah, and I'm sure the situation with the dude that the whole town seems to fear is here. Kind of giving bad ambience feeling of such going on. Cause the whole town to be kind of awkward and silent in its own sense. Not too good.
Yes, William is told me about it.
Hmm. Today's kind of been more on a shittier day than most.
Hmm. He kind of just squats down because sitting is difficult.
Hmm. Yeah, I just learned today that our well, the four of us kind of got our information given away to the weasels.
Hmm. That bastard. He then seems to lean back and be like, "Oh, sorry. There's not much control over what does and doesn't get said when I think it. Don't let anyone know I said that.
You're fine.
Shouldn't be swearing in front of children."
Too late. We do it ourselves.
I try not to enforce it.
But anyway, what you been up to other than just been in here, coop up and such?
Well, I've been trying to use what I have learned to figure out, well, anything I can about Mr. Logan, his potential whereabouts.
Hmm. Any luck on that?
Sadly, my attempts are a bit limited, as I can't get back to the ship.
What do you mean?
I mean, with the Weasel CEO out and about, I can't risk being spotted.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Also, I don't know what it is about this thing's nose. He kind of rubs technically, his own face. But there's something in the forest right now that's not great, not good.
Something in the forest?
Yes. It seems like it may have appeared within a week or so of the CEO getting back.
Really? I swear to everlasting Dickens. Actually, no, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised if the CEO turns out to be another, like, some sort of alien creature thing. No offense.
No, I wouldn't be surprised myself.
I
Seeing
mean, some of the
how.
crazy stuff they do, it wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
Yeah, but also recall, the dude gives off presents that no one can put their finger on. Even though we haven't seen them ourselves, our parents have, surely, and they can't quite put a finger on what's wrong with the guy.
Out of all the planets I landed on.
You're welcome.
Didn't you say you were born on this planet, technically?
Technically speaking, but, you know. Mom brought me here, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
And remember, it's not born, it's hatched.
Fair enough.
My species is strange as it is. You don't want to ask too many questions.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So, do you guys have any, Kelly looks at the other three and is like, so what? Any plans?
I say we break the
Uh,
building.
I'm fine with this, first of all. Second, there has been a strange lack of critters out in the woods. So if
Take responsibility for that.
what he says is correct, that might be one of the reasons why.
Mm.
I might have some responsibility for that. You know, breakfast is very hard to come by nowadays, and I've also been teaching Surbans how to hunt, and it's been going well. Somewhat. Not entirely.
syndicate.
Okay, so maybe not the greatest, but we're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But is it really that bad with the lack of predators?
Hmm.
I mean, it's winter time, so there's normally not that many running around, I would think.
You'd be surprised.
Any plans for what we're going to be doing today?
I mean, like I said, raiding the factory.
Raiding the factory. Allison, what was the original plan again? Involve the car.
Oh yeah, we were gonna steal a car. The Weasel CEO's car specifically.
See? People judge me.
The big creature shakes its head. I wouldn't recommend messing with him.
What makes you say
Why?
that?
What's so scary about him? Just a normal dude in a suit.
As far as we know.
Yes,
Yeah, I
that's
just feel like it's another alien or monster.
Listen, whether or not we do something, they already know they're after us.
Yeah.
We
It's
kind
all-
of already have been thrown into this, so to speak. So we might as well do the best make the best of the situation.
Yeah.
So we blow up the car.
No!
Okay.
I mean, that's the best of my situation, at least.
Okay.
Tempting.
We can otherwise sit on our asses and wait for him to come and get us. Or we can do something about it, hit back, and let him know that he's got contenders besides the Badgers that are going after him. Because at this point, I'm not willing to just sit here at this point and get hunted down by this guy.
Hmm.
It's not safe. Never is, never will. As of right now, we are all being hunted. It's clear as day that he's willing to do anything within his power to get us. So what's stopping us from letting him know that we're ready for him?
We steal his tires.
Hey.
It's a lesser part of the plan of just generally stealing his car.
Works.
Listen, I really want to mess up that car. It's really annoying.
And let's fix the car and send it back. It's gonna if he wants to keep his creaky old car, it's gonna mess with him. That's
He
my
just
piece.
does it to annoy people.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah,
That's
so
my-
if someone does something to his car, it's kind of like he expects it to occur.
Okay, so what do we do? Blow up his car?
No!
I've
I'd be
kind
down
of-
with stealing his tires, at most.
Hey.
There we go.
Look, I'm kind of to a point I'm tired and learning the fact that my information, like, they went to a full extent of getting our information.
Mhm.
And like I said before, the biggest, what the Dickens moment is, for me, Trevor, and Allison, it's kind of understandable in the sense of getting our information because our parents do work somewhere in the town. But yours,
You can also Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he was looking for either. I believe 90% of the press stuff is probably fake, made by Mr. Henderson.
What happened?
Cause like, I don't have family besides you guys. I don't own anything.
Right.
I mean, unless there's a legality thing with the old house, but it's
but
like,
still,
yeah,
that's
Not
not
much
a
there.
business by any means.
not much there in the beginning.
So it's confusing on the fact of they want to get your information.
Maybe they want to see what I really am. Maybe they don't know if. Maybe they're trying to see if I'm, who I am. I guess is the right word.
Regardless, we're not going to let them take you.
Who says I'm gonna let them take me?
Meaning we strap you with explosives for when they try.
No!
I'm entirely kidding. I'm entirely kidding.
But
I'm kind of not about that. I kind of like my body as it is.
There's a phrase for that kind of thing. What was it?
that let's not.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? You two, she looks back at, Jerry and William. Respawn?
Yeah. William's busy like unpacking his backpack onto a small shelf, just putting cans on shelves and such. Like, I mean, if you want to go kick a hornet's nest, that's on you.
He's got a point. It's our call. What we do is our deal. No one else's.
I mean, we could be stupid and go into the forest and see what the fuck's going on in there. Sorry, language.
Swear
I mean-
one of these days I'm going to get a
The
stick that
human's
I'm going to hit you all
ideology
with
is
the
where
moment
we're
you swear.
Your human ideology of swearing and thinking of that as a bad thing is trivial in and of itself.
Don't worry
But-
about it.
Man, I mean, we could possibly, see what's going on with the woods, seeing how...
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
Got a point.
And who knows, they could be connected in some sort of fashion. Could not be. Who knows? Seeing how the thing kind of arrived, didn't you say a few weeks after the CEO kind of arrived? Jerry,
Could you repeat?
didn't you say that the thing in the woods arrived a few weeks after CEO?
The scent of whatever it is, I didn't want to get anywhere near whatever it was to actually see what it is.
How bad is, how bad is it? With scent wise?
I mean, it's out there.
I used to be a very angry.
So you're just feeling a presence of something's out there type of deal. Don't know exactly what it is and so forth?
No, I can't say for certain what it is.
Mm.
All I know is I smelled something. I knew that it was, for lack of a better word, evil. And I retreated back here. And that's why I haven't been able to go back to the ship.
Mm. Kelly looks back at the other three.
To the woods, I guess?
You guys want to?
Tally ho and all that, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. But at the same time, are we sure that's what we want to focus on for the time being?
We don't know what we could do at the current state of things with the CEO guy.
Raid the factory, take
Steal his car?
Other than that,
Raid the factory, burn the building down.
Other than that,
Well, I mean, raiding the factory is an option, but I was just not burning it down.
So clearly we have our priorities, our priorities queued out. I thought we all agreed on burning down the building.
No.
At least a little. We were gonna steal the coffee back.
Please.
like I said, we don't really have much to go on.
We're not gonna have anything going on if we continue to just tiptoe our way around this. He's never gonna come outside and be with the people. It's clear that he's antisocial.
Let's go knock on his front door and ask what's up.
I mean, do you guys want to?
Like, we don't know who the guy is. We don't know what he looks like. He obviously wants something to do with us. Why don't we? What's stopping us from just going and knocking us like, hey, you're like looking into shit about us. What's up, fam?
Yeah, let's just walk up to the crazy man's door and start saying we're Jehovah's Witnesses and just let him go on from there.
There's also a high possibility of us getting into more trouble, which could be a good thing, because it would get the police attention and all this bullshittery. Could not be if they are paid by the weasels to keep hush hush.
Well, at that
fuck it.
point, we can just call
That's
straight up
weird.
the government. Or we can call another county's police station, tell them that things are kind of messed up.
I believe the National Guard is a thing.
That is also true.
Probably. Should be.
So either way, our options right now are break CEO's car and or fix it and put it back, knock on CEO's front door and say, what's up? 2, go into the woods and look for another spooky monster, because that's always worked out well for us.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, let's discuss the buildings that were brought out the last time we found an alien, and let's talk about the fact that Kelly almost drop kicked me 9 miles south from here. in
My
an attempt to
fault!
use the drone.
Wait,
Should've
remember
happened.
the fact you guys killed Riley's mother?
Don't bring that up. I'm still going through therapy.
You go to therapy?
Talk with my cat every now and then.
Swear you were all going to be the death of me.
Says the man with the knife.
I mean, yeah.
Says the alien!
Oh, we are not going back to
I see
this.
we have reached the arrangement. I see we have reached
I
the agreement
mean,
here, sort of, kind of.
Who was the one that kind of purposely tried grabbing onto Jerry's skull when that was a thing?
What do you mean?
You grabbed his skull and you became fearful.
You became. You got like a good shock out of you.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was, and I didn't want either of you getting hurt over it.
You simply slightly tapped it and you got shocked first time around, and you decided, oh, let me actually grab onto the bloody thing.
Yeah, I wanted to see if it could come off.
Why would you try? Oh my god.
You're asking obvious questions for a very stupid answer. You're gonna get a stupid answer.
And okay, I'm just. Okay.
Point being, I did what I did at that point for the sake of trying to protect you people.
You know, I think that's how people get killed.
Why do you think I say you guys are going to be the death of me?
Anyway,
What are we doing? What?
to the woods.
I vote drugs.
We are not doing those.
Yeah,
No.
we should.
I'm at this point. I'm okay with whatever you guys decide.
Again, my vote stands at woods.
I guess we're going to the woods.
To the woods.
Allison? What do you say in this? Allison?
We lost him too deep in thought. He's going through a Vietnam flashback.
Chad!
Allison?
Yeah, he's fucking dead, Chief.
Oh.
Allison? Agent. Oh, he's muted. He muted his mic.
He's muted right now.
Most likely he's talking to someone.
Should we
I'll
get it
have
out?
to give him a moment then.
Hmm.
Something tells me his family just busted into his room.
Just fucking Kool-Aid Man into his room like, oh yeah.
Da 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 na na na.
Basically. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sure.
We might even have to end on a cliffhanger.
Will Agent decide to Dragon Ball Z his way into the factory, or will he listen to his friends and go into the woods? Find out next time.
Find out next time on whatever we name this thing.
Tales of Aramor.
That's what it was.
Something like that.
The fuck? Oh,
Uh,
that's what it is. Okay.
Agent. If you're with us, Agent, type something.
If you exist, speak now or type now.
Why is it we always need to grab a Ouija board whenever Agent goes away?
Sorry about that. I'm back at Sepwake as a family.
Ah,
Figured.
figured. But Kelly looks at you as like, okay, 2 for Woods. What is your
And then
opinion
she-
on things?
She's a broken.
My opinion
I'll let
probably
you-
doesn't matter in the end. So let's just go with what they want to do.
No,
Okay, we're going to be going to the woods then.
No. He's got to give his opinion. He's got to be an equal opportunity group member.
Nope, my opinion is invalid at this point. Let us go.
I slap him.
Slap him.
I'm gonna start walking up to
If-
the elevator that,
if-
so we can wait.
If you slap Allison, Riley, you're gonna get slapped back.
Listen.
You know this is true.
Any other planet. Alright, fine. Let's go.
Come on. Kelly, she looks over at one. Hey, William, you think you can, give us a lift back up?
Of course. He walks on over and pushes the buttons.
Thank
Guys-
you.
Guys get brought back up to the surface.
Yeah.
And he
Thank
goes
you.
in, lets you out of the car wash and heads
Thank-
back down after you guys are out.
Okay. So, where do we want to start?
Treehouse, expand out and like make our way towards the cave, maybe? Check that general area.
Where's the one area we haven't explored? Because we've basically been over the entire forest. Myself and Allison included. We've basically been to a lot of different areas. So I don't know what we expect to find, but I can tell you it's not going to be much.
Yeah. Still, though.
True.
Then let's go over to the treehouse first. We didn't even
Alright.
take the forest route, just
Oh,
in case.
shit. Sir Mittens, I haven't fed him yet. He starts sprinting over.
As you guys are moving through the woods, I'd appreciate if you moved, just like a space or two at a time so I can keep track.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because there are things in the woods.
Don't.
Yeah, we're in the woods.
There we go.
Riley, your icon just suddenly jumped. What was that?
Don't worry about it. I'm still trying to figure out how the arrow keys work.
Alright.
Just tap once.
Yeah.
You just gotta tap once and give it a second to.
Do we do an investigate?
Actually, just go ahead and stop right there if you would.
Oh.
Riley, you get to roll and investigate.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't see shit.
Ellie, you're the next closest. You roll investigate. Ellie,
That's a 3.
you watch as Riley walks right past a bush. And then, coming out of the bush behind him, like after he passed, is a deer.
Mhm.
But, you know how when baby deer walk around, they're still kind of figuring out how how their legs work?
Yeah.
And it's not until they're much older that they have that sort of elegant, graceful stride that deer normally have.
Yeah.
This is a full-grown deer, but it's walking like it doesn't remember how its legs work properly, and it seems like it's trying to follow Riley.
Riley,
Yeah, hello?
there's something there's a deer following you.
Yeah, Riley, if you turn to look, you would very clearly be able to see that there's a full deer coming out of a bush behind you and just trying to get closer to you.
Huh?
Let's eat it.
Let's not, because something tells me this thing is not okay, because
So,
it's wobbling.
We should help
And
it.
would like to give investigate or empathize rolls on the deer, you're welcome to. Reading an animal's emotions is not easy, because it's not what you're used to,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems scared. And, of course, normally when a deer is scared, it fucking bolts away from anything and everything, which is not currently the case.
What in the world?
This poor deer cannot bolt, for it cannot walk straight.
This... Okay, this thing is weird.
Huh.
Like,
Gee,
it's giving off like, for me it seems scared, but knowing deer, they normally beeline it away from us if they're scared.
something's not right. We need to go wherever this deer was.
It came out of that bush.
So let's go past the bush and see where it came from. Here's the thing. We came into the forest to go find something. Something's
True.
here.
True.
Let's look
I
into
thought you
it.
ran into the forest to go feed Mittens.
That was the main point, but if there's something here that might attack Mittens, I need to make sure that it's dead in the ground before I ever go near Mittens.
The deer is still getting closer to Riley. This entire time, by the way.
Can I poke the deer?
I don't want you to poke the deer. Don't poke the deer. Something's
Why
off
not?
with this deer. Deer normally are skittish animals that kind of just book it if they kind of like, if they're either really scared or see something that's unfamiliar. Seeing
So
how
do you want me to kill the deer?
I want you to stay away from this thing, truthfully, because how
Wait,
it's
but question: is it a deer like a doe or is it a buck?
It has antlers.
It's a buck.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna say, Riley, get away from that.
Right,
That thing
fine.
can kill a hunter.
Fine, Riley would just scoot like 2 steps to the left.
wait,
Yikes.
and yet it's stumbling on its feet.
Yeah, the
They
deer
don't
isn't
typically
particularly
fight.
great.
Even bucks will flee. But if they're threatened and backed into a corner, they're not typically.
But
They'll
it's
try and
actually-
run given the best chance they can, but
Yeah,
they will ram you with those things.
and yet
They
it's approaching Riley.
Yeah, I'm not
Yes.
exactly sure
Trevor.
how this is.
That is
Yes.
not okay.
Roll investigate.
Okay.
Trevor, you'd notice some rustling in the brush behind you.
Mmm.
And, behind the
Lovely.
others as well, assuming that everyone's looking at the deer.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I'm looking
focus point
back
is out.
at Allison and Trevor.
So you might notice it as well.
Mm.
Trevor, with 2 successes, you would notice that it seems to be another creature. You can't see what exactly yet, but you can tell that it is attempting to force its way through the bushes to get closer to you guys.
This is
Hmm.
not bueno.
Hey, Allison,
Yes.
that bush just points at the one that it's trying to come through.
I don't see what you're talking about.
God fucking bitch, are you blind?
Oh! I got a 4.
That's a 4.
Kelly's kind of really able to see shit going on at the current state of things.
See through
Uh,
the
This is
eye.
normal.
Kelly, you'd see a wolf,
That's a wolf. That's a
Alright.
wolf.
a full-grown
Alright.
wolf that is also not sure how to use its body anymore, and also seems to be scared and is barely managing to make sort of like a low whimpering as its body kind of pulls itself towards you guys as shakily as it can on 4 legs.
That's not good.
You think?
Wolves. Wolves are territorial. Why is it?
This is not good.
Let's
This
get moving.
is not
Let's
right
figure
at
out
all.
where these
Should
bastards
we
are
still
from.
be here then? We're between a buck and a fucking wolf. Both of which are like, what the
I
fuck?
think they've been brainwashed.
Brainwashed?
Come on.
They're not hostile. The wolf doesn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, Respawn, but with this, it doesn't seem to be showing any signs of aggression. It's not baring its teeth.
I mean, its mouth is open. The deer's mouth is also open.
Yeah, but it's not like baring its teeth kind of thing. Like just kind of aggressive.
Yeah. It's not showing any sign of aggression with its mouth open.
Sure.
I'm gonna like slowly approach the wolf.
Okay.
Uh,
As you are now the closest one to it, it seems to focus more on moving towards you.
Can I keep my hand just kind of hovering near my knife?
Alright.
Can I just reach over and try and like pat like the snout of the wolf?
You're gonna try and pat the snout?
I'm gonna try and pat the snout.
Alright. Go ahead and roll investigate. Trevor, you'd be closest. You roll investigate too.
Kelly's keeping a good eye on this situation, so I want to roll investigate as well.
Well, okay, you can roll investigate too, but you're not gonna be close enough to do anything.
Yo.
This is just getting ridiculous, Kelly.
So, Allison, that was the one you rolled for it.
Yes.
You don't notice. Trevor doesn't notice. Kelly, you notice as its body moves. And Allison, you're going to want to do a move roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You manage to jump back as it tries to bite your hand. Very hard. Like you can practically hear the teeth crack against each other.
This is the part where we like run.
Probably.
The deer is now very close to Kelly.
Ah.
Keep
Ke-
away
Ke-
from them.
Yeah, Kelly's back away.
Wait. Is the
Kel-
wolf like once I've backed up? Is it still like acting like with its jaw hanging down, like it's dumb?
Its jaw is still kind of hanging open, and it's now trying to move towards you again.
Just stay away from them. They're not going to be able to hurt us unless, well, they can hurt us, obviously, but they're only going to try doing something if we're close enough.
Kelly backs away from the deer because knowing that thing's getting close to her.
As for the deer or the buck, I couldn't tell you what it would do. Yeah, I'm gonna keep like slowly like keeping a good few feet from the wolf at this point.
All right.
What in the world?
I'm telling you, we just gotta move towards where they came from.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
almost sort of like circling my way towards like the bush and like trying to go around it.
Sure.
All right.
Kelly's kind of following in that sense.
Same.
Yeah,
So
we're going
which-
that way then.
So which bushes are you guys going towards? As a note, the deer is here, and the wolf is here.
Where? I don't see.
Yeah, you didn't mark anything.
You didn't mark.
I'm using the ruler tool to point them out because at the moment they're only
we-
on the GM layer.
Yeah, you're on the GM layer.
GM layer. We're
Yes.
not able to see the GM layer.
I know that's the point.
We didn't see the pointer though, because you were still there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there is the deer.
Mhm.
Okay.
There is the wolf.
Oh.
And where are the bushes?
The deer came out of some bushes around here. The wolf came out of some bushes around there.
So.
Yeah.
On
Wolf-
either side of you guys, basically, as you were passing through.
Oh,
So
goody.
move forward then.
We go up this way and go around Doggo.
Actually trying to go up this way and then kind of circle back.
That is the idea, yes.
Okay. We do that.
Luck,
Riley is not moving.
Yeah,
Riley.
give me a second to get the arrow keys working again.
Alright, well, no one else moved for a second then. So, all right.
There you go. You're good.
You guys move around that way, and you guys can see the wolf and the buck kind of still shambling as best they can towards you guys.
I'm honestly surprised they aren't hunting each other.
That's the
Kelly
thing.
and Riley,
Oh no.
both of you investigate. Kelly got a 2, Riley got a 1. Riley,
Hmm.
so in the space north of you, this space, you would notice something moving out from behind a tree.
Shoot.
Is it Bigfoot?
What did I notice?
You notice this same creature, but you can tell what it is.
What is it?
This one appears to be, well, it's a badger or something of this sort. I'm trying to think of what would. I think badgers would be native to the region. Pretty sure.
Badges, mushroom.
Room.
My God, you too.
Okay, that's
I think of
that's
something different whenever I think of that song. Don't worry about it.
But due to its closeness to the ground, it seems to be more pulling itself along through the snow.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Let's keep away.
Well,
Yes, in
where
case you
else
hadn't
are we
already
to
guessed,
go?
it is also moving strangely.
This is not good by any means.
I think
Oh,
we need
hell
to
no.
get out of the woods.
You say that.
I agree.
Getting surrounded here by animals.
Yeah, I'm thinking we loop around these bushes. If we don't spot anything, we just make our way back down to James. Check on them, see if they've noticed anything weird.
You think their
They
chickens
make
are
our way
attack-
through town up to the treehouse. That way, these things don't follow us.
Yeah.
Riley, the badger's getting close to your foot.
All right, let's go then. Come on,
Alright, let's go.
Come on, Riley.
I'm coming.
Trevor, you just passed by the wolf again.
Run, boy, run!
Riley fucking zooming.
Bro, I ain't fighting no fucking wild badger. Haven't read up on those guys yet.
Gonna get
You
to
guys,
the-
you guys make it back to the road, and you don't. And you guys want, if you guys want to roll investigates for it, you're welcome to. But I will tell you that they don't seem to have followed you this far, or if they are, they're very slow and have probably lost you by now.
Dang.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, that happened.
Let's go check on James.
Yeah, let's do so.
Haven't visited the man in a while, sure.
What time is it?
It is starting to get a bit late. Like, the sun hasn't set yet or anything, but it's a few hours past noon or so.
Friday.
I'm coming.
Oh.
Mark.
You
FCI,
guys are over at James's house.
Probably just gonna approach like towards the front door and just gonna lightly knock.
Yeah, open up.
Anyway, that didn't sound right. There we go.
There you go.
You knock on the front door, and there isn't a response at first.
I'm a dev.
And then you'd hear from the side, "Hello?"
Oh, is that at the window again?
No. If you turned to look to where the voice came from, you'd see James standing around the corner of the house.
James.
We came
Hello.
to check up on you because some spooky things are happening again.
I would not be surprised. It seems as though the animals are a little spooked by something.
Yeah,
A little
some
bit
ones
bit
in the
more than
woods-
spooked.
Ones in the woods were acting really strange, like they had forgotten how to do anything, and only really showed any like a wolf, a wild wolf. I was able to get close enough to try and pat its snout before it tried biting me or showing any sign of aggression. Other than that, their jaw just kind of hung low, hung open, and they wobbled towards us like they didn't know how to walk.
Trade high school.
We've encountered a buck and a badger.
Has any of the animals here been acting strange?
I mean, other than seeming to be spooked by something, I do not know.
Well, we wanted to make sure you were all right, considering you guys live right here.
I've been out here trying to keep the animals calm for maybe an hour or two now.
Really?
Hmm.
So it's just recently started up last few hours then. On
Yes.
animals being
I mean-
spooked.
They do get spooked once in a while. Random predators getting close to the house and making the animals scared, and we have to come out here and chase them off or stare them down until they leave. But normally it's just predatory animals in the woods. Maybe just some animal that they don't recognize staring at them for a lengthy amount of time. The cow gets spooked by a lot of things, honestly.
Come on,
I didn't do nothing.
boy! Well, I'm streaming as well.
What? What do you do?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Just wait till the end.
Gave
And then
gifted
no,
me a
nothing,
game.
no, nothing. Continuing on. I got bored. Anyway, continuing on. I had plans in mind anyway. Anyway, we got chased by animals, and we're not. And if we could offer any assistance to yours, it might be beneficial. Maybe we can see
mean-
what's causing all this ruckus.
I mean, if you wanted, you could potentially spend the night. We recently got the phone, so you could let your families know that you'll be here.
Yeah.
Eh,
So
Could have a
pets-
old-fashioned cop movie stakeout, yes?
You know what? Sure thing, champ. Let's go.
I mean, James does seem slightly excited just to spend time with you guys.
Yeah.
He is your friend.
Absolutely, I would love to spend time.
You know
with
what? Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll stick around.
Yeah.
Also, his
So-
family's Russian, moved to America, and wants to, be more American. That's part of moving here. And so doing a American cop movie stakeout seems like a really thrilling thing to him.
All right.
Yes.
So we do
We'll
need to
stick out.
we do need to stop by the treehouse because Riley has a pet that he needs to
I
check
need to
up
get Sir Mittens, and I need to make sure he's well fed.
on. Yeah.
Well-
Couldn't we call out of
No.
character the name slips to mind? The crazy old man.
No,
Mr.
Greg?
Henderson?
Yeah, couldn't we call Mr. Henderson, see if he wouldn't mind going up there real quick
No.
to give the cat some food?
no, it's my cat. It's my responsibility.
He's kind of a little bit on the
Well,
older
you know
side.
what?
Kuma, can I make an out-of-character request?
Sure.
Could you just go ahead and and drop it for now because we're past the normal stopping time. And I do have
Fine.
things to do today.
Fine.
I will promise you this: the cat will be fine. Nothing will happen.
The quote unquote cat.
Shut
Quote
up.
unquote cat. The cat will be fine.
It's a wiener dog.
No. Bad.
Nope. To be fair, no one technically knows what it is. You all just think it's a cat so far.
Exactly. See?
I feel like it's a ferret. It's some sort
Not-
of ferret.
It's not a bird.
You don't know what it is, Riley.
I am willing to let it be whatever it wants to be.
All right, cool.
You
Anyways.
can't handle the truth.
So we're gonna go ahead and stop there, and we'll pick back up again next time with the stakeout. I feel like that's a fine cliffhanger. Thoughts so far?
I'm loving it.
Good.
It's fine.
You all spooked?
Slightly,
Sure.
yes.
A little bit.
Good.
Kind of
Should be.
I want to
You-
break car.
You should be. All right.
Okay.
What's your guys' opinion? Should I give you experience, even though we technically haven't finished yet, or because it's a full thing anyway? Should I go ahead and ask
I
questions?
mean, we technically gave experience during the 2-party for Christmas.
All right. So you guys want your
Yes, we
experience then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go through the 5 questions, then of course you all are free to skedaddle. So first off, did you participate in the session?
Yep.
Yes.
Nope.
All
What?
right. I mean, if he doesn't think he participated, he doesn't have to give himself the point.
I'm gonna punch him. You participate.
Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
No.
Yes.
I would say yes for all of you,
Okay.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you know, you have some amount of relationship with your math teacher, even though if that might have just ended.
Oh no.
No,
It
that
ain't about
man's
it.
not gonna be. He's gonna wake up from a dirt nap in a few hundred years.
Yikes!
We are
Oh,
not
because
burying
of
our
Kelly's
math teacher.
dad.
No, we're not gonna bury the math teacher.
No, but I'm sure.
Did you use or struggle with your pride?
No.
Technically, yes.
Also,
I'm
keep in
unsure
mind
with mine.
Keep in mind, if you don't feel like your pride is being used enough, you are allowed to change it between sessions. And also keep in mind, when it says did you use or struggle with, that could mean that either A, I as the DM brought it up and your pride was like an issue that happened, or B, if it applies to your pride, you can use it to get 1 automatic success. But that's once per session, in case you forgot.
Wasn't aware of this.
Game mechanics. Like the textbook example is like, my pride is that I'm a brave boy. That means when I ask did you use or struggle with your pride, that could mean that either A, sometime in the session someone called you chicken, so you fought them over it because you're a brave boy, or B, something scary happened and you rolled to not be scared, and then didn't get any successes or didn't get enough successes, and said, "Hey, my pride is I'm a brave
then
boy,
technically
so I'm
I
going to
get
use that and get
no
1 free
point
success."
then.
I don't know if my pride applied at all this game.
Cause
I mean, you didn't really go tracking anything, so.
yeah, cause Kelly's pride is
not really.
staying calm with the with weird stuff going on.
Quick
I
learn.
mean, there was some weird shit going on.
So
I think
now
it's up
that-
to you to decide if you stayed calm or not, though.
I think Kelly stayed pretty decently calm.
Well, then there you
You
go.
sounded panicky when the information was brought up.
Got a point.
That's not really. I mean, that's just illegal.
Legal stuff.
To be fair, a few weird things happened.
Well, it's normal.
But yes, anyone who feels that they have struggled with or used their pride on a roll, which none of you did, go ahead and give yourself a point for that. And then, of course, on to the next question. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Yes.
Does the fire alarm count?
Does
Okay.
me straight up like interrogating the teacher count?
Yes.
No.
I don't know about me.
But that's alright. You guys have gotten a lot of experience. It doesn't matter if you miss a few here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like this game scales with level. It just gets easier.
Yeah.
All right, and of course, the most fun question of them all that I always enjoy. Have you learned something new, and what is it? Who
For-
would like to start?
For some reason, the Badgers seem really interested in us.
What
Badgers?
I've learned?
Huh?
Can't trust anyone.
Just,
Not even your friends. That count?
The animals are acting very strangely in the woods.
Alright.
Does that count for Kelly as well, with the factor of learning that the Badgers seem to be really interested in us for?
The Badgers?
I mean, the Weasels. The Weasels.
There you go.
wrong
Sorry.
one.
Yes, that is fine.
I get confused by the two, okay? We just dealt with a fucking
Let's
zombified
just start-
badger.
Just
That's
weasels, badgers. Just weasels, badgers. Sorry.
Calm yourself,
They're
child.
technically in the same family tree as well. So
Yes.
Anyway,
does not
and
help.
then last but not least, progress with Ryder's adjustment to his new body and lifestyle seems to be going very well.
Yes.
He's a snitch.
Shut up.
Snitches get stitches.
Congratulations on your experience, everyone. I hope you had an enjoyable session.
Go. I had like 8 points, so I used 5 to up my charm.
I'm putting stuff in Tinker now.
Oh, okay. But yes, there's plenty still to go.
Boy.
I'm just gonna max out my move next, just so I can just be I am body.
Body.
I already have full like 5 force, 5 sneak. I just need 5 move, and I'm good to just do shit.
Yes.
Most
But,
physically fit of the group.
Okay, I'm gonna
Reflector.
send these
flex
viewers
them.
off to curb side of things, and then I'm gonna stop stream.
Call curb nerb.
Call Curb a nerd.
Like, see you folks.
Something my sister pointed out from like the one time she walked in while we were doing this once, and she was like, I was like explaining what